Happy New Year, Hazel. It's been, 2020, right?
It had its moments, good and bad.
Yeah, but, it did. It did.
Yeah, but I think 2020 got the best of all of us.
I think it did, man. I think it did.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm pumped, though. New year, new life, ready to take off. I'm just so excited. I feel so optimistic for 2020. And the first thing on my list, man.
You mean 2021?
2021. Yeah, for 2021, I meant. I know I can't get it out of my head. It'll take me about a month before I start writing checks that say 2021 on it. It takes a full month. But no, man, I'm one of my resolutions. I'm gonna play more games, dude.
Nice.
I'm dipped into Cyberpunk. I've dipped into Call of Duty. I got a PS5 now, so I've got. I did buy Demon Souls.
God, man! You need to stream you playing that.
Dude,
I need to see this.
Is it Demon Souls? Damn it! It's a new one, right?
Yeah,
for PS5.
Yeah, Demon Souls. Well, it's the new old one, but yeah,
it's been remastered, right? So I mean, I'm pumped. I'm gonna go crazy. I might even stream some of it. We'll just have to see. What about you, man?
I would pay to watch that.
Okay.
So so with this new year, I'm pretty much gonna focus on. I'm gonna kind of like reinvest myself in the Destiny. I'm actually thinking about like maining a warlock. And I mean, I figure, hey, a lot of people do it. So hey, space magic is a thing. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna reinvest. I'm gonna try to hit the season rank 100 for the rest of the year, basically. So
very cool. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna play Destiny.
Like, yeah, warlock.
You had me, man. You had me when you said warlock. I was like, oh my god, we're gonna duel warlocks in the raids. This is gonna be so awesome. No. I'm
please.
I mean, come on, guys. I'm probably still gonna play mostly Destiny this year. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be a hunter main for now. So
yeah. Come on, let's get real.
Yeah. On with the show.
Hey, play that intro music.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out with us today. Welcome to episode 76 and officially season 3 of Guardian Downcast. We're a couple dads that talk about all things in the Destiny universe, and we interview content creators and community members to find out more about them. We're the show that hopefully puts a little grin on your face when you're half asleep on Monday morning or hungover on New Year's Day. I'm your host, the Gator, and my co-host Hazel is here as well. How you been, man?
Doing all right, man. Or when you're hungover on New Year's Day, like maybe some of us were.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I've been good, man. Been good.
Well, tonight it's all about fresh starts. So in that spirit, it's going to be me, myself, and my partner Hazel tonight. We have a lot to cover tonight. So what are we covering tonight? Hazel and I are going to talk about stuff, and maybe that other stuff we talked about, Hazel. That other stuff, yeah, might do that.
You sound like me.
I know, I do.
The twab. There's a bunch of stuff going on, and they're going to fix some shit eventually. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, it's a twab.
There you go. There you go. No, don't worry, everybody. We'll let you guys in on as the show unfolds what we're going to do. It's going to be a little different tonight. And of course, we're going to have a little Destiny talk of Beyond Light Season of the Hunt, which ends, by the way, on February 9th. So mark it on your calendars. That's how much time we got left to finish up everything for this season. We'll answer community questions and add 2 songs each to our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify and iTunes. All right, what do you say, Hazel? First show 2021. Ready?
Let's do it, man.
Let's do it. Hey, thanks for listening to Guardian Downcast. You can find us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast.
Or, you can find us on Instagram at Guardian_Down_cast and see what pics our weekly guests want to share with you.
Or Hazel, just visit our website at GuardianDowncast.com for all the contact information and where else you want to find us. And you can also play any past episodes you like in any order you like, right from your browser.
Don't you or me, man. Anyway, so hey, Guardians, check us out, and later, Guardians.
Toddles.
Hey, that's my line, man.
All right, Hazel. Hey, why don't we catch up? How's your holiday been, man? I mean, was Santa good to you this year?
Santa's always good, man. He's a good bitch. I mean, it was. I mean, for me, my holiday is more. I mean, I don't really care about the stuff I get. It's not really about that with me now. I'm at the point now where I'm just like, I just like hanging out with you all and, just talking to my family and that kind of thing. So
how much family were you able to meet up with this year?
Well, that's the thing. So I'm going to try to do this without,
yeah, I hear you, man. I got you.
Getting all like sappy and stuff.
I got you.
So I haven't seen my parents since March. So for me, I was just like, because they were supposed to show up for Thanksgiving, and then they were like, no, we're kind of scared. So
that's the way my parents were, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm just like, all right, that's fine. I'm like, I get it. I do. And then like Christmas, let me see here. They showed up on Christmas Eve. So the day before Christmas Eve, my mom calls me and she's just like, all right, we're coming.
Really?
And I'm like, oh. So
shit.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, all right. When, where, how, and that kind of thing. And originally it was only supposed to be like a kind of like, I make this joke, but I always thought it was going to be like a drug deal with how I saw them.
Yeah.
Because they were going to come down and then drop off the gifts for myself, my wife, and my daughter and our dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were going to leave. And like talking to my parents, they were just like, yeah, we're going to just open up the trunk. You can grab the stuff and put it in your car. And then, and I'm just like, okay, all right, that's fine.
It's an exchange.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll wave at each other through the windows, I guess.
Oh my God, yeah.
So yeah, that was what I was expecting. And then my mom calls me on the day before Christmas Eve and she's like, hey, we're coming. And I was just like, well, okay. Or am I going to get to like actually see you guys or? And my mom's like, yep. So I was just like, okay, let's do this. So I got to see them. That was fantastic. And then we did a little like Christmas get together kind of thing. And then they left and then did Christmas with my wife's family on Christmas Day. Because that's also my wife's mother's birthday is Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so we did that. And for the most part, I got some pretty cool stuff though. I do group my computer and my new desk in with that.
Sure.
Also some kind individuals, got me a little mat for my desk. So thank you to you individuals. You know who you are. And, I was just looking at, a gaming chair. So, because right now I sit on a wooden chair and it's, it gets hard on the ass sometimes.
I bet.
So
I bet it does.
So yes. And, oh yeah, I got a new chess set actually, and a cookbook. Yeah. So the chess set is actually a Destiny chess set. And that's pretty cool.
Nice.
I'm teaching my daughter how to play.
Oh, that's great.
And she's liking it. She likes the pieces. She likes just looking at them.
Yeah.
That's the thing she's more interested in is, hey, she's like, who's this guy? And I was like, that's Cade.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. So, and then the cookbook is actually the Destiny cookbook.
Wow.
So
nice.
Yeah. My wife is like, hey, when are we making some stuff from this? So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. The gift that keeps on giving back to her.
Yeah, I see how it works. All right. My wife bought a cookbook. I'd be like, what's this? What's this supposed to be? I don't cook is
Shit.
the subtext there.
Oh, I thought you meant if she bought a cookbook. I thought you for her. You were like, "What's this?"
She's a good cook. She just doesn't like to cook all the time. I try to help, but I'm not very good.
Yeah.
She says I can be if I wanted to be, but I'm like, yeah, I could be a singer if I worked hard enough, you know, or didn't do, but I don't want to cook. I hate cooking. Anyway.
What about you? How was your holiday, man?
Oh, man. So this is one of the best Christmases I can remember in a long time. Minus the fact my sister-in-law and my mom and dad, it was like you said, an exchange. They came out, we kept our distance, you know, we exchanged gifts. And then I realized that we have a gift exchange. We don't buy everybody gifts. Everybody has a number and we pick it because our family's so big and we're tired of bankrupting everybody every Christmas. So, so I had my dad's name. So I got him a really cool gift card. It's just to this woodworking place. I mean, I went in there, I was like, oh, my dad would never leave this place. And I asked my mom, what's my dad want? Anyway, long story short, my mother-in-law was there for Christmas Eve. And she picked up the card because it said dad on it and thought it was for my wife's dad. She was going to visit him the next day. So that was quite a ways away. So I wasn't able to give the card to my dad, which is kind of a bummer, but it gives me an excuse to go back and give it to him now.
Nice.
Anyway, Christmas Day, you know, we met with them outside, like you said, like a drug deal. And I was a little, you know, they're just scared. I mean, my mom and dad are 72 and 75, and I get it. I get it. And my son... The greatest gift of all, though, is my son and daughter both were able to come home this year. My son flew from Minnesota. I mean, like I said, he's an IT analyst for a hospital up there, and
yeah.
he's one of the very few people that works in the COVID wing too. He's certified to do that. So I was paranoid as hell. They wore the N95s on the plane the whole way, no matter how uncomfortable it was, and you know, knock on wood, everyone's been healthy. Been no problems with the, you know, the COVID stuff. Everyone's healthy and everyone's good. So that's a blessing. But this year, I'm same as you, man. I don't really care about gifts so much as I just like to just see everybody because you don't see them through the year. And even though we didn't have Thanksgiving this year, I was really, a couple shows back, I was pretty broken up about it. But, we weren't able to meet up on our usual Christmas Eve. It was just myself, my mother-in-law, and, you know, my two kids. But my daughter surprised me on Christmas Eve and brought a PS5 home. I had to pay for it. Let's keep that. I mean, she let me know that she got one. She stood in the queue on PlayStation Direct and she got lucky and she locked it down and I paid her back for it. And yeah, she brought it. She brought it Christmas Eve night. We were up till like 3 a.m., you know, figuring out how to put it together and play PlayStation 5, which is really cool. But the biggest surprise was my wife got me an Oculus Quest 2. I was stunned. I didn't expect this at all.
Nice.
That's not a cheap piece of hardware. And what's nice about the Quest 2, you don't need a screen. You don't have to plug it into anything, dude. You literally put it on your head and it says, okay, you're ready to play. Screen pops up and you're jumping right in. And for the record, I've never played any VR. I've never even put a VR headset on. So I didn't know if I was going to be, you know, motion sick or whatever. But I loved it. I was giggling like a little kid. I mean, I felt like Christmas morning to me. And we got Beat Saber. It's where it's like, think of Guitar Hero, rock band, where you instead of strumming keys, you're swiping stuff with a lightsaber. It's the coolest thing ever. I'll post a vid. I actually recorded a vid of me playing it. I'll post it in our Discord tomorrow or this weekend sometime, and just see how fun it is. And yeah, that was the highlight of my Christmas was that. But I tell you, this year, I didn't do a whole lot of gaming. For the 2 weeks, I pretty much did a little bit of donning stuff in the morning. And I spent so much time with family. I felt so bad because I actually set up a raid thinking I could make it. Got home at 11 o'clock from doing stuff with my son and his now fiance. And yeah, he proposed Christmas morning. And that was 2 hours late. And I forgot, you know, I've been talking about how people shouldn't join groups if they can't do it. And here I am. I didn't even show up. I felt so bad. Sorry, Ninja and Dez and all those guys that were in that group. I hope you found someone to game with that night. I apologize profusely, and I felt so bad because I hate it when people do that to me. And this was the Christmas I just really reflected on everything and really took it all in and realized how GD lucky we are, you know. as a nation, as a people, my family, everyone is safe. Everyone's been is good. And God, it was long. Sorry to drone on. But yeah, it was a great, and altogether, great holiday. Probably one of my most memorable Christmases ever. So I had a lot of fun. So be back to Destiny next week.
Yep. But yeah, I had a similar moment too, because I kind of like to condense a long story. It was kind of always kind of dicey with my in-laws and myself. So basically, like this year, I was talking to them and everything else, and like it's like weird like switch flipped in me this year, and I was just like, you know what? Like, I'm actually thankful to have you guys in my life.
That's awesome, man.
So awesome. It was really a cool moment where I'm just like, well, I'm over my shit, and maybe you guys are over your shit, and maybe we can get past all of it together. So
that's good, man. Forgiveness is such a great thing in families. I should know more about that too. I have a question though. Did you finish The Undoing?
No, we have 2 episodes left, and my wife is pissed at you.
I'm sorry. I know you were playing it. I know you were watching it, and I was like, I want to record tonight, Hazel. I want to get this done so I can get on my weekend. And I think you had some people wanting to raid too. I was like, I feel like a heel. Mrs.
Hazelnut is not the biggest fan of Gator tonight.
I'm sorry. You know what though? It's really good not to binge it. You want to space them out. We watched them like one episode a night for like 4 nights.
Well, we're watching 2 episodes a night because we can't stop. This show is fucking nuts. I told you.
I wait till the end. I told you. It's so awesome.
I'm like all in on this show.
You're like, why? You're like, why would he do that? What? That doesn't make sense. Why?
Well, nothing makes sense. And then to bring it all together, though, is the end of every episode. There's always a twist that's like, hey, and here's a twist that you didn't foresee. And it's like, okay, well, I can't leave on that note. I have to find out what the hell is going on.
Hey, Hazel, we watched these in real time, so we had to wait a damn week for the next one to come out.
Oh,
we weren't able to binge them. We watched them as they came out live on HBO, and they only did one a week, like The Outsiders. You know, it was so frustrating. But it's been all Crown for us, man. Like I mentioned on our last episode, Crown is my number 1 show this year or this 2020 because I can't get enough of this damn show. It mixes so much reality in with this story. It's a fictional story, but it's so realistic. And I bought my wife the companion book for it. So she's looking up all these historical things and going, oh yeah, it's like, yeah, this happened. Yeah, this is true. This part of the show is true. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. But you'd listen to them talk about it and they're like, oh no, none of it's true. It's all BS.
No, it is a lot in the story that's very true. Very good. A lot of the events are true, and what happened in the events is true. And there's some it isn't, because she corrected me tonight. Says no, that this wasn't. This is all made up. This part of the show is made up. So I'm loving that. So I'm in season 3 where they just made the switch from Claire Foy to the older version of the Queen. God,
is that Olivia Colman?
Exactly. She actually won an Emmy for this role back when season 3 was last year, so she won it last year. Or 2019, I don't know, whatever. And there's 4 seasons. We're right in the smack middle of season 3. So I wanted to watch more tonight too, but my wife we did 2 episodes a night, and they're hour long each, and we can only do 2 at a time. There's so much going on in these shows that you want to be able to digest it, you know?
Yeah. Well, my wife wanted to keep watching last night, and we're like, it's 1:00 in the morning.
I love it.
She's like, I don't care.
I love her spirit, man. That's awesome. That's the way we felt. We couldn't watch it because it came out every week. We were like, okay, next week.
Yeah. So, but more important than, everything, Cobra Kai is back.
Oh man, I just found out about that today.
What?
Yeah, I
haven't.
Dude, I told you I've been busy with family, and and I'm totally in the Crown. But I know, man. I heard today. I was streaming online Oh
yeah, shit. I'm staying away from everything, and I'm just like, I want to go like in blind almost.
Did they release all the episodes at once?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
damn. That's going to suck.
Yeah, and I still think that they're 30 minutes each.
You need to put a spoiler channel in our Discord again.
I was thinking about doing that. I don't know how many people are watching it right now, but
I'm sure it's
I
quite
think
a few.
I think I will do that.
Why don't you replace it with Mandalorian? Because Mandalorian's gone now. So
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to do because that was where the boys was before.
yeah,
so.
yeah, exactly. We'll have like a floating channel depending on what's going on. Yeah, good.
Exactly.
Well, hey, man, I'm glad you had a good holiday, man. I really am.
Yeah, I'm glad you did too. And by the way, because it is, well, I guess I'll touch on that later though. Spoiler, or well, it's a little tease, I guess we'll say that.
Okay, well, we'll put that to later then. Okay, well, good deal. Hey, let's get on with the show, man.
Let's do it.
We'll be right back. Well, if you're one of our diehard listeners out there, you probably know a lot about Hazel and I, but we both thought for those that maybe haven't listened to our early episodes, and we've done 76 of them now, that we would kind of introduce ourselves all over again. Why not give everyone a brief interview of each other tonight and just see where it goes? We usually let our guests do all the talking, but since it's our first show of 2021, we're going to do the talking tonight. And then we'll go back in our shells the remainder of the year and hear what others have to say. So with that in mind, what's funny? It brings me up a memory of our very first show. I remember I had 3 pages written about myself, and my wife looks over at me and says, "No one wants to hear all that shit." I just still remember it like it was yesterday, man. So with that being said, let's begin, Hazel. Let's start with these are our signature questions that we ask our guests usually. And you know what? Why don't we just go back and forth? I'll start first. Let's start out with, give us a little general history of where you're from and, your family and all that. The usual stuff there, Hazel.
Yeah, sure. All right. So, for myself, I grew up around Wright Pat Air Force Base in Fairborn, Ohio, before meth ran wild in that area. And then, I kind of laugh and I'm serious. But then from there we moved to like a little suburb of Dayton, and then went to school, high school there, and then I went to college and went to Miami University, lived on campus, first time moving out, all that good stuff. And that's where I went to when I was actually, before that though, I was kind of doing things because I was working as a security guard, and I was just like, I need to do something with my time. So I started going to school, started going to college just because I didn't have anything else to do. And I worked maybe 5 minutes away from the college, like St. Clair. So I was just like, all right, let's do this. In the course of doing that, a friend of mine hooked me up with this, this little Greek girl. And I was just like, oh, cool. All right. Let me, see how this goes. And ended up like really liking her, and ended up moving and going to Miami University for her so I could see her. And pretty much she's now my wife. So.
And how long y'all's been married now?
Shit.
Come on, man. Come on. I had to ask my wife too, so don't feel bad.
It's been a while.
Okay.
So
it's been a while.
Sorry. Yeah, exactly. That's my song I'm adding tonight. No, I'm just kidding.
Shit.
So, it's actually 10 years. It'll be 11 years this year. So, and we met in 2001 actually. So
cool. And
so it'll be 20 years this year that I've known her.
20 years?
That I've known her.
That's impressive, dude. What do you do for a living right now, man?
I work in a call center for a super regional bank, basically. So I do some managerial type stuff. I take phone calls, escalations, all that kind of thing. So I absolutely love that job. I love talking to people. And basically just helping people with their money, because quite frankly, nobody ever teaches you about your money.
Wait,
you know, it's always like shit you always have to find out on your own after you get like $36 overdraft fees and stuff.
You don't get this call like, I made my deposit at 4:39 on Friday and it didn't count. I want you to fix it. You don't get that stuff?
Not really that, because
Really?
that's not really something, I mean, it's not really something that we get. Mainly I get, hey, I bought this Starbucks and it was $7 and you charged me a $36 overdraft fee. And I'm just like, well, yeah, sadly you didn't have, that $7 in there. And, then it always leads to like some therapy session where they're like, I really should just make my own coffee. And
I need this money. I really do. Please,
yeah, it was like, well,
please reverse the charge. Please. I don't have it. I don't have the money.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm always just like, well, the way I look at it is that, sir, ma'am, I was like, that's the most expensive cup of coffee you've ever had in your life, right?
It's a life.
And they're just like, yeah.
That's a life lesson.
Yeah, they don't pay 30 or 40 some odd dollars for coffee.
Just make sure
unless you're getting like a lot.
Yeah, don't buy stuff when you don't think you have the money in your account. It's pretty simple. I mean, honestly,
banking's
complicated today. I get that.
It is, but here's the thing, though, is that, I mean, I've had more than my share of customers call in and go like, all right, so I've been with you guys for like 5 years, and I've gotten a couple overdraft fees here and there, but can you just tell me how the hell you guys do things?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's great, because I go through like the nuts and bolts for the customer. Mm-hmm. I was like, well, here's this, here's this, here's this. And I mean, the customer always walks away and they always hang up and they're just like, that's fantastic. I thank you so much for going into all this because, I actually give a shit.
That's good.
So,
yeah.
It's just that.
You're a rare breed. Most people don't.
It's complicated. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, and I cut you off. You were finishing up with your family. I'm sorry, man. I will pull you in other directions.
Oh, no, you're good, man. You're good. I feel like a guest. Basically,
you were married. You've known your wife for 20 years. That's what I heard that part.
Yeah, and kind of a funny story for everybody here. You can file this under something you didn't know.
Exclusive.
Yes, exactly. So we were really strategic, and when we set out to have a kid, we were like, you know what? We want to have kids at some point, but we don't know if we're like that type to actually like raise a kid. So what we did is we got a plant first, because a plant and a kid are like synonymous with each other, right?
Well, kinda, yeah. I guess.
But anyway,
you just gotta water.
Fun fact. Fun fact, listener, they're not. But we didn't kill the plant after 3 years. So we decided, hey, at this point, let's get a dog. We'll graduate ourselves. We didn't kill the plant. Hey, let's get a dog. A dog and a kid are pretty synonymous, right?
Kinda.
No.
I'm trying to be agreeable.
No. But no. We didn't kill the dog. So we ended up having a kid. So we have one daughter. Her name is Addie, and she's 5, and she's fantastic. She was playing a little bit of Destiny today, actually. She was throwing snowballs at people in the tower.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah, you can blame me for that.
Okay.
So, yeah. What about you, man? What about you? Where'd you grow up? Where do you call home? Family?
I am one of those rare breeds. I was born and bred in Florida. And I was actually born while my dad was going to school. And that good old college.
Grade school? Oh, college.
No. He was going to University of Florida. So, yes.
You're in Florida. I wasn't sure.
I was born in Gainesville. When my dad was going there. And, it was quite a while ago. Let's just leave it at that. And my parents moved to Orlando, and I've lived in the Central Florida, Orlando area all my life. I really don't know much else. I mean, I've pretty much lived here all my life. And this is pretty much what I call home. Florida is my home, and that's why I always rag everybody that has crappy weather, because this is the only time of year we can really brag, because otherwise it's the swamp. And if you know what swamp ass is, I'm sure you understand what Florida weather's like in most of the year. So no, I'm self-employed. I didn't start out that way. My wife and I first got married back in '92, and I worked for my uncle doing pest control. I was a technician, and I got my 3 years in, and I thought to myself, you know what, I think I can do this better. And working for family is a bitch. I'm sure some of you out there know what I'm talking about. And I was scared as hell. There was no prospects. I didn't have any client lists. I built it all from scratch. And 26 years later, almost 26 years later, here I am. I've been in business since. And my dad, I got to, give praise to my dad. He's a builder. And I worked construction for probably a year while I was building clients up, and that's what I do. So I'm pretty much a hands-on guy. I do own my own business, but I pretty much do all the work. I'm very much hands-on. And I have 2 kids. I have a son, which some of you have heard, Cam the Jelly Man.
Yeah.
He just finished college. He's actually an IT analyst for a hospital up in Minnesota. And my daughter she's almost graduating with her graphic arts degree from the University of South Florida over in Tampa, which will be happening this summer, hopefully. I've been married to my wife for 28 years. So yeah, I'm old. I'm beyond old. I'm really old. But you know what? I have a lot of respect for people. I've always loved talking with people. That's maybe why I've done so well in business. Is my clients. Most of my clients I've had for 20 years. I'm just like part of their family, and yeah, so that's me. I mean, I'm trying to remember what else I could say here, but that's pretty much me. I'm old and crusty and sometimes grumpy, so be careful when you're in the Discord.
Salt.
I'm a little salty and crucible. I know Admiral Nips can attest, but I'm getting better. We're working on it one day at a time, right?
That's all you can do.
Well, let me switch gears here, Hazel, since we are a gaming podcast.
Oh.
What was your earliest moment in gaming, and kind of what was your history of gaming? Let's
yes.
start there.
So, over the course of doing this, my answer has changed a couple times, because I thought I knew what it was until people started talking about other things, and I was like, oh yeah, I did do that too. I remember that. And so for me, there's where I used to live, there was a pool hall that was maybe 2 minutes away, if not even 2 minutes away. It was actually on the other side of their house. So my dad would go over there, and he would get together with his like VFW buddies and that kind of thing, and he would be drinking and doing whatever, watching football and that kind of thing, and he'd bring me with him, and I would go over to the video game area, and I'd be playing pool sometimes. And granted, I'm only probably 5 or 6, so I don't know what the hell to do with pool cue and stuff like
probably
that.
Probably barely see over the table.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. And then, invariably, they always had games up in arcades, and there was this one that I always was drawn to, and it was these lines, and that I remember the most, and it was Star Wars. So that was, I just remember being in the Death Star and those trenches flying through, and I see the lines going by me. I can still picture it to this day.
Yeah.
And so that was my first memory there. And my dad was always just letting me play. Here's a quarter, all that good stuff. Right. So then eventually my mom gave me the choice between an old ass Atari computer and basically a Nintendo, a new Nintendo. And I just kind of was well, what would I do with a computer? I can't do anything with a computer. It's 1980 or 88, 89 maybe.
They were so useless back then.
Well, yeah, exactly. Now, one of the things that I've always kind of toyed around with in my head is, what would have happened if I actually would have went with that computer route?
That's true.
Would I have been would I be putting together computers? Would I be coding? Would I be doing tons of other stuff? Would I be a hacker? Shit like that?
Yeah.
who knows? Or would I have been like, this is boring and I'm going to, go play sports or something?
Yeah, true.
So you never know. But then, so I went to Nintendo, obviously. And from there, I shot the shit out of the dog playing Duck Hunt. And he never died, by the way. Spoiler alert. Then it was pretty much Nintendo all the way up until the PlayStation. And then it was, so Nintendo 64, PlayStation, Xbox 360, and then PlayStation, 2, 3, 4.
So you had the Xbox with the big X on it?
Hell yeah, I did.
Oh, I didn't start then.
Oh, man. I still remember ESPN, the football game, because it was to me, it was so legendary because you got to put your own music on the Xbox.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And then, so like if you scored a touchdown, you could play a particular song or a portion of a song on there.
Right.
So, I mean, I just remember I was the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm a homer, guys. Sorry. And then basically just every time I scored a touchdown, I don't remember what the song was, but it was like you could like customize that. You could customize your intro music, and it was just great.
Xbox was so ahead of their time. When it comes to party options and community and extra stuff to do around games, Sony was always like the game. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, they didn't really figure anything else out, I don't think. And they're still trying to figure shit out with the party systems and stuff, obviously.
God, don't get me started on that new PS5 system. Holy shit. It's so bad.
Well, yeah, hey, real quick. Congratulations on that and the VR.
Oh, thanks, man. It's nice. It's really, I mean, I'm trying to downplay it because I know some of the guys in the Discord don't have one yet, but it's really nice. I haven't played Crucible on it yet because I heard you can play 120 frames. I haven't tried it yet because the controller. I was actually playing with Zen and Anubis.
Anubis,
yeah, and we were doing Master Nightfalls. I think it was last night, and I was like, dude, this controller is like spongy. It's not the same as a PS4 controller. And I tried to plug in a PS4 controller just out to see if it'd work. And it was like, PS4 games, you can do it. But PS5 games, sorry, no dice. It won't communicate to the game. Yeah,
probably just because of the inputs and that kind of thing, how you have adaptive triggers and all that.
I've yet to figure all that shit out, adaptive triggers and stuff. I got a lot to read. I've been so busy in the holidays. I've hardly had even any time to do any gaming. I've had so much family over and stuff, but
yeah, same here, man. Well, what about you? What's your background?
I was I guess I would consider to be one of the pioneers of video games, because there was no home consoles when I first was a kid. It was all about a stereo system and cassette players and playing music and stuff. And I remember my first, I guess, exposure to video games was my dad brought my ass up to a local Pizza Hut. And while he was waiting for his pizza, they had this glass top thing with lights in it. And I looked at it and I just was staring at it in wonder. I was like, look, so much going on in this game. And it seemed so advanced, like beyond anything I could deal with. And I'm trying to remember what age I was. I was pretty young. And, and my dad was waiting for his pizza. You know how Pizza Hut is. They make you sit there in that little padded area for, at least they used to, forever while they cooked your pizza. They were never on time.
Was it that red vinyl?
Yes.
Leather?
Yes. Oh. Everything was red. And I remember it like it was yesterday. And I said, Dad, it said 25 cents. I said, Dad, can I have a quarter? And he gave me a quarter, and everything lit up, and all of a sudden I was moving around, and it was Space Invaders. Space Invaders was my very first game, and it was just so engaging. This is the first time I've ever seen a video game, and after that, it was, that's when Ataris became the mainstream. The home console games were first being introduced to the public, and my dad, of course, loved me, so he bought me an Atari because I wanted it for Christmas. And, my dad always tried to get what we wanted for Christmas.
He bought it for himself.
You know what's funny? He might have sat down 2 or 3 times to look at us play it, but then never got interested in it. My dad is not a gamer at all. He builds things with his hands. He does woodworking. He does nothing to do with gaming. And I've talked to a lot of our guests here that their dads were into gaming and stuff. I'm so envious of that because I would have had some great times gaming with him. But I had a younger brother. My younger brother Kevin was 2 years younger than me, and we used to always battle on the console and had great times with like combat with tanks and stuff and anything, Pong, Pac-Man, whatever. And I guess the next game I got after that was the ColecoVision. That was kind of the upgraded version of the Atari. And it had, I think it was 16-bit graphics instead of 8-bit. So we stepped up from there. And then it was Nintendo, Super Nintendo. And then I made the jump to PlayStation 1. And I totally skipped the Sega route, the Master Systems and all that. I skipped all that. So I don't have any recollection of any of that when people talk about it. And I didn't go to Xbox right away either. I didn't go to Xbox until I was an adult, until I was much later in life. And it was the Xbox 360. That's when my son started gaming. That was his first console, and he was showing me how everything works on it. And anyway, I can go down a rabbit hole there. But it was PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. Now I got the 5. I've always been a PlayStation fanboy. I've always loved their stuff. But yeah, that was about it. And now I'm into PC gaming, and I'm very, very, very green in the PC gaming market right now. I'm learning little by little about Steam and all the cool stuff that's on there and all the games I bought for like 10 cents that I'll probably never play.
Yeah, like Alt F4.
No, we don't want to talk about it, Alt F4. Yeah. Well, hey, let me ask you this. How did you find Destiny, Hazel? What made you jump it? What was your journey to get to this game that we love so much now?
Well, I mean, because I had the Xbox, I was all in on Halo. So 1, 2, 3, ODST. And I mean, I remember playing ODST and was just thinking like, I mean, I know that it got a lot of shit. I really do. But I just remember playing it and going like, this is just a great send off. I mean, this is just everything almost like in a nice, neat little bow. And then I saw the trailer that everybody else saw where the ship flies over and then you see this Guardian just appear right outside of the Cosmodrome. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm already sold.
2014, baby.
Yeah. And then, and then the guy is like walking around. He's like, oh, wait, but I want to have somebody else with me. So then another ship comes in and then somebody else like lands. And I'm just like, oh. I'm still waiting on that, Bungie, by the way. So yeah, there was that. And then the infamous alpha, beta, all that good stuff. I never played the alpha. The beta, it's documented that I've only played basically about the last like 20 minutes of the beta. It was Sunday night. I was just like, oh, hey, I meant to play that. And I was like, I don't know how long the beta is, but I'll download it. I made it to the witch, beat her, and then they said it's offline. So I was just like, okay, well, that was fun. I don't know if I'm going to like it though, but I might check it out.
At least you got to play the beta.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The beta ended at the witch anyway.
Yeah, it did. And then it ended literally right after that.
It's like, we'll see you next year.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, it was actually done. Like they killed it after that.
Oh, wow.
So that was the moment where I beat her. And then it was like, hey, the servers are offline. And I was like, wow. I'm like, well, that was interesting. And then the day it came out, I was just like, you know what? I'm like, I've got an extra, I think it was probably $50 then, not 60. And I was just like, I've got some extra money. I'm going to go ahead and try it out. I'm going to buy it. So I bought it and pretty much the rest is history.
Yeah.
And you?
I'm a shooter guy. I know a lot of guys say, gosh, you got to try Cyberpunk. You got to do this. You got to try this. I'm just not an adventure gamer. I mean, I played it in my early days and I kind of grew out of it. I came from Call of Duty. I did not have an Xbox. I came from the PlayStation side of things. Kind of the opposite, kind of parallel, but kind of the opposite end of the spectrum that you did, Hazel. And I played Call of Duty since COD 4, and my son first showed me how to play it. I remember I stood out in the middle of the multiplayer map looking around. I couldn't even aim my gun correctly. It was my first exposure to first-person shooters, and the rest is history there. I mean, I had some great memories with bunch of old guys like me. We all played together all the time in a clan called Adult Gaming Alliance, the AGA, and great times, great memories. We had I think we had 500 people, 500 old dudes like us that all played Call of Duty and the shooter game similar. And then this 2014 trailer came. I think I saw it at E3, and the hairs raised up on my neck. I was so excited. I was so freaking out about this game because I was so tired. I played so much Call of Duty in the day. I was done. I was so burnt out. Because every Call of Duty game, it's the same, right? You can play the campaign, maybe a zombies map or zombies game, but mainly it's multiplayer. That's what the game's built on. So you do multiplayer, all throughout the year. Now they have seasons and stuff. It's a little bit different, but you would get tired because the game really hasn't changed much. It changes time, periods of time, periods of war. They change that around a lot, but it always seems to rotate around and keeps, But anyway, I like the modern shooter. That's what I always loved about it. So I played Killzone 2. I loved all those games because they were modern, like space shooters. And then E3 Destiny. And I saw the same, trailer that you saw, Hazel, and I felt like Bungie made this game for me, made it for the burnout Call of Duty player that wants to live in a world and go around and shoot stuff and aliens. And what's funny is I didn't play Crucible for 2 years. I despised any kind of multiplayer. I was so fried from Call of Duty, and I'm so kicking myself because I probably would have had a lot of fun in there. But, now I love Crucible. But that's the rest is history, like you just said.
Yeah. Though, it's kind of interesting if you think about it, because Call of Duty is, they kind of had like this magical formula for, since Modern Warfare 1 and then, Modern Warfare and then, what was it? World at War? Was that after that?
Yep.
And then
World War II.
Modern Warfare 2, and then it was Black Ops.
Played them all. Every one.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 3. And the only thing that changed really was the weapons.
Yeah.
Or not the weapons, I'm sorry, but the maps.
The maps.
That was the only thing that changed.
Call of Duty was always that 3-lane map. You got 2 outside lanes and you got 1 up the gut. The Call of Duty maps never really play differently. They just changed the wallpaper on them, so to speak. They just look cleaner. As console progression moved up, things got a little tighter. And until Destiny came around, I'm a gun feel person. I love the gun game of Destiny. I love the handling of the guns. It's unprecedented. I'm sorry, there's not a game out there yet that has been able to replicate that magic formula that Bungie has when it comes to their shooter. And I didn't play Halo. I didn't have Xbox, didn't play Halo, didn't know anything about that. I tried it once or twice with my son, and I got pissed off that I couldn't aim down the sight on the weapons. And I was like, nope, not for me. I don't want a reticle. I want a red dot sight. I don't want a reticle. Anyway, I know. Sorry, Halo fans. I'm pissing everybody off, but yeah, it pretty much was just wallpaper. Newer skins on guns, and Call of Duty always has that magic formula where they put the coolest camos on these guns, and I really wish that Destiny would embrace the gun camos. You get so many kills with a gun, you get a new camo unlocked. I love that part. That's the one part I still miss from playing Call of Duty. But the game handling of the gun handling is what I love about this game. And the environments, the backdrops, the worlds, that's just gravy for me. It's just, I used to sit on the Cosmodrome at the beginning of Destiny 1 and just sit there and just listen, because the sound in this game is so fantastic. You can hear crickets, you can hear the wind, you can hear every little thing. You can hear something howling off in the distance. It was so great, and I was so ready for it. So that's why I just clung to it. And I really haven't played anything since. I really haven't. Destiny has sucked my time. It's probably the reason why I haven't tried any more Call of Duty games, and why I really don't play anything but Destiny. I've been so much a fan of this game since 2014. So, wait, let's switch. I don't want to bore our listeners to death here. Let's switch questions here. Let's move on. How about this? Give us one gaming memory from your past that had an impact on you. It could be Destiny, it could be any kind of game. We usually ask the Destiny one, but I'll open it up to anything.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So, a really cool memory that I have was actually playing Super Mario World with my mom.
Okay.
I mean, my mom, she was a light gamer. She played like Tetris, Dr. Mario, that kind of thing. And like for me to get her to play Mario was like next level type stuff for her, because she was always used to, just kind of, I put this here, that kind of thing. Well, we actually made it through all of Mario. I remember that we were playing the boss together, like Bowser, and we were having to like jump on the little like Mecha Koopas and throw them up in the air. And I mean, it was just a really cool moment, because I just remember playing that with her. And it's those little moments that you don't really think about, I guess, as a parent. It's like, hey, I'm just, doing this with my kid. And, it wasn't even really about me. It was just that she was doing it, that she wanted to. And it just had a really like cool impact on me, where I just, I'll think back about those moments and I'm just like, oh, that's a really awesome time. So I hope my daughter has those,
Yeah, I know I've got a lot of gaming memories with my kids. My daughter's more of a Sims player, and my son is more of he likes real-time strategy, and he loves like Hades and stuff like that. That's his kind of game. He likes the dungeon stuff. Boss fight kind of stuff.
Yeah, keep your daughter away from FUD, And,
Yeah, I heard about that.
He'll teach her how to lock people in well, not really lock them in a shower, but they won't come out of the shower.
He kills old people. I mean, come on. He kills old people in the game. He's a murderer.
She may have went out with a smile on her face.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But yeah, man, that's a touching moment, man. I have a lot of memories of raids. Raids are probably the most memorable of Destiny.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, greatest gaming memory of all time was probably my first Donkey Kong game, when I first played Donkey Kong, because it was so effing hard, man. It was so hard not to get hit by that damn barrel. And I remember I lived in these little convenience stores down the street when I was a teenager, and I put so much money in that game, and I was so frustrated. I never figured out that game. I remember when I finally cleared the first board, and I was just ecstatic. It's like I won like I won a prize or something. And I went to the next screen, and of course it was like, bam, you're dead. Insert another quarter.
Yeah, it was unforgiving,
Yeah, but Destiny memory wise, I'll never forget when you first play the first story in the Cosmodrome. You're coming out of the tube, the drainage tube with the little slow moving fan in it. Everyone knows it. And came out, and all of a sudden something dropped out of the sky, actually knocked over some stuff in the world, and it was a damn fallen Kel ship. And the skies turned black, and I was like, this is insane, man. And the first time I was running from it. I didn't know what to expect. It's my first time playing. And I wish I could get those memories back, that awe. Because we played Destiny so much now that we're like, yeah, that's nice. I've seen it.
The sky's dark. Okay, must mean the nightfall, or must mean, public events coming in. We can find out where it is.
Yeah, public event. Yeah, I'm going to shoot it one time and then go do something else, because, I got to farm stuff. That kind of shit. But that feeling I had in that first time that Kel ship dropped out in the very first mission of the game, I'll just never forget it. So,
I had that big ass Kel ship, like that huge one that would come through, and it never really like panned out or anything for you, and it flew off, and then like they always broke into like these other little ships that would fly down, and that's the one that would come to you.
Yeah, you're like, oh hell, look at all these little ships popping out of it. Uh-oh.
I'm like, shit, that one's coming here.
And what did the ghost tell you? Run. I'll never forget. I'm like, oh shit, run. Okay, I'm running. I don't know where I'm running to, but I'm running. I'm moving.
Now you had way too much inflection in your voice. You have to say it a little more droll, like run.
Yeah, it was back when it wasn't Nolan North. It was Game of
Tyrion
Thrones.
Lannister.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tyrion was like, run. Yeah. It was pretty cool. Never forget it.
Was so deadpan.
And then when it opened up, the scene opened up where you had all these rusted cars that came into view. And you're like, what is going on here? These cars have been here forever. Oh my God. Just fantastic game. All right, let's get to our signature questions here. As I know we're running long here. Let's go with. Do you have other hobbies other than gaming? We ask that one a lot to our guests. What's your answer to that, Hazel?
Yeah, I do. Pretty much it's working out whenever I can. And aside from that, it's trying to keep my daughter alive and playing with her.
Yeah, kids, they take all your time right now. That age, they
A
do.
little bit.
Yeah, but you know what? Just stay plugged in, man.
Oh,
There's so much good memories coming. You just don't even know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, every day with her is just fantastic.
It is.
So,
it is.
yeah.
What
about you?
It sounds like you have gratitude. That's good. That's a good thing, man. Didn't know about early. Oh boy, I had a lot of hobbies. I've always been a kid at heart, and when I first got married, I was just starting out my business. My employees and I, which were my friends at the time, we would go paintballing, and we would paintball what they call field ball. It's where you'd actually go in like 5 or 6 acres and you actually hide and actually shoot in real time. And you would hide. It was a stealth game, you know. You had sides that everyone started on, and it's usually like 4v4 or 6v6 or something like that, kind of like Crucible. And I got crazy into it. I was buying flat spin sniper rifle paintball guns, and I mean flat spin barrels where you could actually see the paintball go 300 yards and it never moved. It literally was a colored ball that just moved across the field, and then you saw it splat on side of someone's mask. Just the most coolest thing ever to see. And let's see, I used to drag race. I've always loved drag racing ever since I was in high school. And I actually still drag raced. I still drag raced at the track I would bring my old beater to when I was in high school on fun runs on Friday nights. And, as you get older, you got to start getting some money. You get a job. I built a few race cars and took them out there. I was pretty good with reaction time. My reaction time was always in the double zeros. I love that. Probably from gaming. I have to thank gaming for that. It's all about lining up a dot, knowing when to hit your accelerator. And I loved doing it for so long, but it just got real expensive. Stuff broke every week. And unless you're a gearhead where you love being underneath there, getting grease and oil on you all the time and, removing heads and putting new camshafts in and stuff all the time, it just got old. And unless you had you were a mechanic and you actually had a workshop, I noticed most of the people who did drag racing all the time were people who owned repair shops, and they would work on their cars on the side when no one else needed business. And I didn't have that set up, so I didn't have these nice lifts and stuff, and it was just a real pain in the ass to fix stuff. So I gave it up, thank goodness. And gaming is pretty much my main thing right now. I play golf every now and then with friends, and yeah, I mean, I'm just enjoying time with my wife. We do watch a lot of movies, even through COVID. Florida's open. We still watch movies. We still go to the theaters. It's a little different now, but we still do that. That's our favorite thing we like to do together. But yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of mine too, was like movies.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened. It's like, I mean, I used to collect like Blu-rays and DVDs.
Oh yeah,
and that kind of thing.
I got a cabinet full of them here, bulging out.
Yeah, exactly. And I've done like 3 purges on all of mine. And I'm like, right now, I think I'm like down to like the bare minimum that I'm willing to part with. And it's like, I'm like, I think I'm good, because everything I have here is always something that I would either lend out to someone or recommend to somebody.
Right.
So
yeah, and my computer doesn't have a disk drive in it now. It doesn't have a CD-ROM drive in it, so that's why I got my PS5 with a drive, because it's the only thing that can play my Blu-rays now. It's the only thing in the house.
Yeah, I know, it's weird, isn't it? I was like, what the hell?
It's a dying breed, man.
Yep, it is.
Matter of time.
Yeah. Well, sir, question for you.
Okay.
Keep asking me, and you know.
Right. Fair enough.
All right. Yeah. Don't you or me, man. So. All right, sir. What's one thing about you that no one knows?
Oh, man. Okay. Some of you might know this, but I used to be a skating guard. Back when roller rinks were really big, and I'm showing my age again, but I was a terrible skater. I was probably the worst roller guard ever. When I was actually doing roller skating, I actually learned how to skate backwards, but I wasn't really fluid at it. And I would try to be cool, and flip the the whistle while you're skating backwards, impress girls and stuff. But I would always okay, go back to forward. I'm about to fall. And if I fall in this damn rink, everyone's going to laugh their ass off. So there were these guys that could just fly by me, and there's no way I was going to catch them. I'd have to just sit there and wait for them to come around. But yeah, I used to be a skating guard. It was not my worst job, but very uncomfortable job. How about you?
Yeah, I love that story.
Yeah.
Almost as much as you getting hit in the rump with a wooden spoon.
Jeez.
Yeah. Dear listener, if you were looking for that, feel free to venture through our catalog. It makes me smile so much. For me, let's see here. Something that no one knows about me. Damn. I don't know, man. I'm pretty much like an open book. So, I mean, anything that anybody asks, I pretty much will just tell.
Oh, there's got to be something. I mean, little thing even. Maybe a job that you did or something, maybe?
I mean, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, I was a security guard.
Yeah, you kind of said that already, yeah.
Telemarketer.
Yeah.
I loved that job, actually. There you go. That's something you didn't know about me. I was a telemarketer. I fucking loved that job. I made more money there than I've made in my entire life.
Really?
And yeah, I was really good at it. I averaged for about 4 months in a row, 50% conversion rate.
Wow.
I was doing everything above the board, actually.
That's really good, man, today. Telemarketers are like hated. I mean, that's really good.
Well, this was before the do not call list.
Oh,
so,
okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we had an auto dialer. I would, just sit there, and it was so great. I would let me see here. So roughly I would max out for the day in my first hour.
So you could just get up and go?
Yeah. Well, no, actually we didn't do that. What we did is I would max out for the whole day for all 8 hours.
Right.
In my first hour. And then a group of us would go next door to the Mexican restaurant and drink margaritas and do that kind of thing.
Right.
And then we'd come back and maybe work for another hour, if we felt like it, and then go from there. So, but funny thing is that AT&T, that's who the company I was working with, they came in and they're like, okay, we want to listen to you. And they listened to me and they were just like, okay, well, you're not saying what we have here, because they gave me a script. And I was just like, have you tried to sell with this script? And I mean, this is VPs and stuff like that. And they're just like, well, this is the script that we gave people. And I was like, well, try to sell with it. And so here they are, thinking that I'm crazy, some, 21-year-old kid who doesn't know shit about shit.
Right.
And they were just like, okay, well, here we go. And this guy's been doing sales all his life and everything else. Oh, wow. And he's like, I can't sell with this. This is shit. And he's like, let me see your script. I gave him my script. He made a sale, 4 sales back to back to back. Wow. And he's just like, okay. He's like, let's run with this. So they gave me a bonus, and then they rolled my script out to the entire group that was selling AT&T.
Wow.
And it was fantastic.
What made you think you prepped for that? What skills do you think, where'd you acquire those skills? I mean, did you always, were you always just that kind of person? Or?
For me, it was just... No, I guess this is my manipulative side. If I only have 30 seconds to get somebody's attention, that's 30 seconds that I can't screw around with.
Right.
So, especially if I call you out of the blue, you're not expecting my call. You're eating dinner with your family.
Right.
I gotta, have some type of hook. I gotta do something to get your attention. And I mean, I put my hook right in the beginning instead of at the middle.
Right.
Is where they had it in their script. And it was just I pared down everything that it said in there. I was like, this is not important. This isn't important. I was like, nobody cares about this. And then I'll be damned if one of my rebuttals basically was if somebody said no, my rebuttal that would always work was, oh, well, did you know that the USA Today did this article? And I gave him the date and everything because I was reading the USA Today at school, at college one day. Wow. And I was just like, oh, hey, look at this. I was like, this is exactly what I sell. And I cut out the article, I put it up at my desk, and I would reference it, and they were just like, wow, okay, well, this is important. I need to do this.
You took them out of their mindset. I like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
That's
awesome. All right, well, we got that out of the way. I think we got 2 questions left, right? Our signature questions. I'll ask you first.
Oh, boy.
What's behind your gamer tag? Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, please.
My bad. Dude.
Jeez, amateur bullshit.
I know. Dude, what's up with the gamer tag?
Okay, well, no big mystery. It's basically just a play on my last name. Aside from that, it's just the name that everybody had called me, just because it is a play on my last name. Everybody's like, Hazelnut. So,
That's crazy.
That's basically it. And, I just like Nutella, so that's just something else that I added after all of that.
Why is it Hazel NT? Is Hazelnut taken?
Yep, exactly.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, no big mystery there either, unfortunately. Wow. I thought about changing it on Steam, actually, to Hazelnut, and I was just like, nah, I'm good.
Everybody kind of knows it as Hazelnut now with the no U.
Yeah, exactly. And then for the most part, everybody just calls me Hazel anyway, so I just go with that.
I remember when we were first starting, I was like, well, dude, this is the beginning of a long way here. Could be a long show here over the years. And what do you want me to call you? I mean, just call me Hazel. Yeah, everybody calls me Hazel, so I'm like, all right. Hazel it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, sir, what about the gamer tag?
Good one. Okay. I was in my living room one day, and my very first gamer tag was Florida 39. Obviously, for obvious reasons. I was 39, and I was from Florida. Real exciting, right? This was back when multiplayer first got started. Multiplayer was a big deal. And I said, I don't like, everybody's calling me out. Oh, you're 39. Florida guy from 39. Oh, that's original. And I was like, I was talking to my wife one night. I said, I got to come up with a gamer tag. Something more slick, I said, I'm was born in Gainesville. I'm a big Gator fan. How can I just rotate it around that? And she goes, how about Instigator? But go with, instead of GAT, instead of, it's, you're instigating something. You're not an instigator. You're an instigator with an OR, right? And I ran with that. And for the longest time, that was my, I had different derivations of it with an Insta and an Insti, and I changed it up a little bit. I had 1 million accounts back in the day when they were all free. Everyone always, I played a lot of Battlefield, a lot of shooters with Call of Duty, and everyone would just call me Gator all the time. So I was like, let me just make it easy. I'll just call it Gator. So in the middle of a Battlefield 4, I believe, I permanently changed my name over, or I made a new account, and I never left it. And it's Gator. It's GATR. And I put underscores in between it because, I don't know, I think GATR was taken maybe. And the underscores, it kind of stands out. It's all in caps, kind of comes at you, That's the reason I went with that. That's why it's always been Gator. And that's what everybody calls me. So that's why I stuck with it. Yeah. So
cool story, Gator. Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't know how many streamers I would sub to. They'll go, "Hey, GATR, welcome," or I'd have people go. I remember the big streamer on YouTube now. Damn it, Dr. Disrespect. I was subscribing to him, and he goes, "Gatter, thanks for the sub." I'm like, damn it. So I have it has its repercussions because people don't know how to say it, but most people figure it out pretty quick and go, okay, it's get play on Gator. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Last question.
Oh boy. I hope I'm ready.
Do you have a motto or mantra, or several of them, like you always ask?
So, I mean, for me, I only have one. And it's kind of gotten me through for the most part. I mean, I'll be honest with you, not to take anything from any of our guests, but pretty much I've adapted all of yours to be mine. I love you guys. And, you know, women as well. I love their mottos and mantras. And I mean, it's just, I mean, because it all rings true with me, you know, from average Joe going, you know, hey, just keep fucking going. To, I mean, just any of the other ones. It's just, I've made them all part of me and who I am and just my own. But before all of that, my main motto was simply, it can't rain all the time. And that came from The Crow. And that movie was just, I mean, that movie had a profound effect on me for some reason. I have no idea why. But that quote just, I mean, it's something that keeps coming up, especially like throughout this whole year, was like a lot of people were just down on this year. Like, you know, I can't wait for this shit to be over. Fuck this year, everything else.
Right.
But for the most part, I'm like, you know, it can't be that bad. You know, it's just, you know, we just need to just, you know, just keep moving and just keep going on, and then, you know, we should be able to get past this. And, you know, there's a brighter day, maybe tomorrow, maybe something happened today that didn't suck, and make it less shitty, basically.
Right.
And, you know, sure enough, like we had my in-laws over, and they were kind of like bashing the year and everything, and I was just like, you know what? I was like, if it weren't for, you know, what was going on this year, I was like, I would have spent, you know, easily another 200-300 hours in my car. I was like, granted, I will listen to a shit ton of podcasts and books, but, you know, that's my commute. Yeah. So if I don't have that commute, that's more time with my family.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it's just, that dawned on me maybe, I don't know, June, maybe May, possibly. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm like, that's a bright spot in my day. You know, to have my daughter, like, I'd like leave my office, and then my daughter would be there, and I see her, and she comes up and gives me a big hug and goes, "Are you off work yet?" And I'm just like, "Nope, not yet." And then she go like, "Okay." And it was just,
that's sweet.
It's like, you know what? I can fucking do anything and make it through anything just because of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
very nice.
And you, sir?
Mine is pretty straightforward. I'm a procrastinator. Hello, my name is Gator. I'm a big procrastinator. Ask my wife. I am the worst. I have a hard time getting things started. And up until a couple weeks ago, when Average Joe said, "Just keep fucking moving." I love that one, by the way. I might adopt that one. But I used to do. Mine's a dig, or I guess stolen from Nike's. Just do it. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it. Now it's like, just effing do it. And now I'm thinking about just effing do it and effing keep moving. I think that's what mine's going to be this year.
That's good.
Just effing do it and effing keep moving. Mm. You know, one foot in front of the other. So yeah. Well, sir.
That's awesome.
Thank you for sharing your life with us. We appreciate it.
Hey, sir, I thank you. And more importantly, I appreciate you. For sharing yours.
Thank you. Sweaty spooks. You got us infected now with that saying.
Yep.
Well, hey, good deal. We got more stuff to come, guys. And we'll do that right after this. All right, gang, listen, you know it's that time of the year, and everybody's going to have these New Year's resolutions, right? We're no different. We're human. We're looking at this year with all new eyes, hopefully COVID-free soon. And, you know, we have our goals too, either whether it's for the show or for us individually. So, yeah, this part of our show, we wanted to talk about our New Year's resolutions and possible changes to our show. But I wanted to mention first, Hazel, that you put something in our Discord that was pretty cool. Did you want to talk about that?
So basically what it was I was pretty inspired by what Chris 3711 threw out in our Discord, where he said that, that sometimes we all just need a little bit of help. And I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I know for myself, I've only had the same, one mainly, New Year's resolution for probably 40 years of my life. And I'm not even 40, but, but I've never had anybody hold me accountable to it. It's always been myself and my own want and will and desire. And let's face it, when it comes to some shit, it's just like, it's not worth it. I'm much willing to go to McDonald's and get something instead of going like, hey, I'm going to get a salad. So, if I can have somebody hold me accountable, then it's more likely it's going to stick until it becomes habit with me.
Right.
So that's just how I am, though. But I was really inspired by what Chris3711 posted in there and that. So I decided, hey, why don't we go ahead and create a channel? So poof, there's a channel in there in our Discord that you can put your New Year's resolutions in there. And then you can basically, post that in there. And, we're not going to send Fat Tony over with a baseball bat making sure you lost your 5 pounds this week. Well, I don't know about you, Gator, but myself, I don't even know a Fat Tony.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so Fat Tony may show up at your house if you post something in there, but I'm pretty sure he's a motivational speaker, maybe, hopefully.
Tony Robbins, yes.
Yeah, run from a baseball bat. Yeah. But so that was that, and it's a neat little thing. We've already had some people chime in with theirs. I put mine in there.
Yeah, and I actually pinned them so we can refer back to them.
Yes, that's fantastic.
I love how you mentioned that, we might check back on you and see how you're doing with it and stuff. I mean, that's the accountability part, right? But don't feel you have to.
It is.
We're not going to follow behind you. It's just, if you want the accountability, ask us and we'll check in with you every now and then. If you don't want it, you just post it out there for everyone to see. Fine too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's whatever you need. We're here for you. We got you.
I like
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
That's actually the name of that whole channel, because we're going to be adding some stuff to that. If you're feeling down, you need to talk, we have a channel for that. It's going to be the We Got You channel. So yeah, I thought that was a neat little touch.
I do too, man. I do too. Well, hey, let's get into it, right? Why don't you start
boy.
let's do our individual ones first, right?
Yeah.
Let's start with yours. Why don't you fill us in?
Okay, well, mine is, the first one is that I want to get back in shape, just like everybody else's. I mean, there was one point where I was actually down to, I think, like 179, and that's the lowest I've been since I basically shot past it on my way up. And then it's basically just, life's been happening and that kind of thing. And I've lost focus and it hasn't been as important to me, but now it's back important to me. And, I just want that. So I want to be more of a focus. And
yeah, it's an admirable goal, man. I think a lot of people share that goal.
Yeah. And then my second one is that I, would like either a new position with my same company or a different job altogether.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you kind of talked about that the last few episodes.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like I really want to I love the company that I work for. We do a lot of good things for the community and for the world and things along those lines, but we just have really shitty management in my department.
Dude, I can tell you this: if you shared a story in our interview about how you at 21 were, that story. Dude, I don't think you're going to ever have a problem finding a job. Having a personality and being good with people is such a valuable thing to find these days. As a business owner, because having someone that's good with people and is cordial and knows that treatment, how to treat people and how to get along with them well, I'm telling you, it is a rare. Kids, you want to learn a skill for the world, that's it. Doesn't matter what you do in life, if you're good with people, I'm telling you, you're gold. It's really a great thing. So
that is true. That's very true.
Yep.
So what about you, man?
Okay, little backstory here, and I'm not going to ramble on like I did on my catching up at Christmas. I've always been a pudgy kid. I've always fought with having a little bit of pudge. It started way back in junior high school, and you can imagine how self-conscious 13-year-olds are. I had a best friend, Jeff Coffey, who's actually a music artist now and sings and stuff, and he always had the bod, you know. He always had the physique. All the girls always attracted to him, and I was kind of his sidekick, you know. I had my own girlfriends too, but nothing like what he did. So I've always wanted to have a good body and be healthy and all that, and I have fought this for 40 years. I really have. I've been fighting this for a long time, and I'm sick of it. I'm to the point, I think I'm sick of it. I've got my COVID-15 I've gained. I'm probably almost the heaviest I've ever been in my life. And at my age, I'm feeling it. It's affecting my life. It's affecting my quality of life. I'm on medications right now for blood pressure. I've never been on medication for anything in my life, and now it's catching up to me. So
yeah,
you can imagine what mine is. It's to get in shape. And here's my goal. I don't want to just get in shape and lose weight. I want to build muscle, because getting to my age, you start losing strength, and I've still got good strength, but I want better strength. And so there was a diet plan. I've been through a lot of diet plans, by the way. I've gone through a lot of crap, and I've even hung on to some for a long time, but there was always this guy named Bill Phillips who started a fitness contest called Body for Life. And I clung on to this back in 2006, 2007, I believe. And it's the one thing that seemed to work for me. It was a high protein diet, but it included good carbs, and, you know, it was smart eating, and it included a lot of cardio and a lot of weight training. And looking at you, Admiral Nips, you've kind of inspired me to get back into weight training. So I've got free weights, and I know all the calisthenics. I've got the roller, you know, the foam rollers and stuff. I'm set up, man. I've got it all. I mean, I can do it. It's just the wherewithal to do it. And I think this is the year. Man. I tell myself at my birthday, next birthday, I'm not going to be like this. And I'm to the point now where it's go time. My time's up. I can't, if I go down this path, I'm going to die early in life, and I don't want to do that. So it's kind of a come to Jesus for me. So yeah, I've got a really good plan in place. My wife always rolls her eyes. Well, you always have a plan. You're going to do it. And she works out every day. She's kind of like Fluffy's wife. She works out every day. She's in shape, you know, on the treadmill every morning. And I'm latching onto that, dude. I'm doing it.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading a book, and it was for anybody who knows the guy. His name is Tony Horton. He does P90X.
Oh yeah,
and it was just one of those things. Like, I forgot that I even requested this book from the fucking library.
Right.
And it showed up, and I was just like, oh well, let me just start this. And I mean, it doesn't really talk about like anything regarding like any routines or anything at all like that. It's all just his story, and he was talking about one of his friends that he was helping, and his friend basically was like, yeah, you know, I want to lose weight. He's like, and it was kind of like around like this time of year too. And he's just like, well, Tony's just like, well, you know, did you know, can anyone raise your kid better than you? That was basically it.
Yeah.
And it's like, when I read that, I was like, fuck no. So, and ever since then, I'm like, okay, I really truly just need to do something. So
nice. I mean, I've gone through all the gambits. I've gone through all of the, you know, all the excuses. I know all the self-talk. I know the stuff that's going to happen. And I've been down the path so many times. I've got so much experience trying to lose weight that now I've done so much research on the body and how it all works, and I've read a ton of books on this stuff. And you know, I'm to the point now where it's shit or get off the pot, as my wife would say.
Yeah. So it's not a fun place to be, but it's one of those things where you just need to have that come to Jesus moment. And yeah, that's where I'm at too. I need the same thing. So here's hoping that, you know, with some extra support from our peers and people in our Discord, that we can go like, hey, you know, I can do this.
And that's why I didn't put mine in there yet, because I wanted to talk to you about it first. on the show, and then I'll post it when the podcast comes out. But yeah, that's why I didn't put mine in there yet. I saw yours. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I should do mine. But no, I'll wait till the show comes out. Then everyone will understand why I'm so dedicated to this. And I got to thinking about it. There's a bunch of other things I'd like to do, but I mean, let's face it. I focus on one thing, and I just focus on it. I mean, Destiny, right? That's what I do. I play one game. I focus on one task, one area in whatever hobby or life I'm doing. And this is just, I'm just going to make it simple this year. I'm just focusing on fitness. I'm focusing on gaining that muscle. And if I do it, if I just do, you know, it's one step at a time. I bought a sign. I went to Hobby Lobby over the holidays, and my daughter was down here, and we bought a bunch of signs to hang up in my office, you know, give it a little theme. And there's one sign on here that I put right to the left of my office, and it says, "Today is another chance to get better." And man, that hit home. So those days when I don't feel like getting on the treadmill, I'm going to look over at that sign and go, get your ass on the treadmill. Or as Average Joe would say, just keep effing moving.
Yep, exactly.
So, well, we had some show goals, right? That we wanted to kind of address here, and I'll start out. We had someone mention in our Discord that there was a segment we used to do when Easy was with us. I think it was Easy's idea, in fact.
Yeah, it was.
I want to bring it back. Maybe once a month, maybe something like that. And I want to bring back just a quick segment called Gun of the Month. And we'll, of course, look up all the stats on the gun, and it'll be a gun, obviously, that we've used and we've had experience using, and we'll have a little experience with it. And, you know, we'll mention the roles that you're trying to look for, you know, the stuff that you look for on YouTube all the time with Fallout and all those other guys. So I think once a week, we're going to pick a gun that we like. I'm sorry, once a month. Let's make that clear. Once a month. We're not going to have 4-hour podcasts anymore. No, once a month, we'll have a little segment where we'll have a gun of the month. So we'll have one for January here coming up. So what else do you think, Hazel, we should work on, or changes coming maybe?
Why don't we? Let's see here.
Can you think of one?
What about a shorter show? Just kidding. Anyway,
that was good. That was a good one.
Yeah. So in an effort to do a shorter show, what we're going to do is we're going to lengthen the speed run.
Yeah.
So only by 30 seconds though, because let's face it, you know, it's a shit show when you're doing it. If you haven't done it yet, you know, let us know. Hit us up. And, you know, we'll put you in the hopper, and, you know, we'll give you a run at the title, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
But, it gets your heart going, and, you know, it'll be fun to hear some answers.
It's, you know, the reason we went 90 seconds is just me and Hazel can laugh a little longer at your answers. Really. I mean, come on.
Yeah, because let's face it, you know, it's always great when I screw up counting because I'm laughing.
Exactly. And, you know, it's entertaining. It's entertaining to hear. And, you know, 90 seconds, it gives people a little bit of time to rebound if they didn't get a good start. So, you know, it gives you a little flexibility in there. So we're glad to do it. It's only 30 seconds. What's 30 seconds in 3 hours, right? So I'm half kidding there. But
yeah, that's like 4 of my ums. So yeah, we're good.
Yeah, exactly. So only thing I can think of left that I want to do, that I think Kingsley Mack and some of the other guys and other podcasts do, is we want to hear from you guys. If there's someone we want to hear from the listeners.
I know.
We want to do an ad on that. If there's someone you want us to interview in the community, in the Destiny community, preferably, it doesn't have to be Destiny, but someone in the gaming community, you know, that you want us to interview and they'll agree to come on our show. I mean, we'll make the first move, and we'll talk to them.
Yeah, we'll reach out for sure.
Absolutely. Let us know, and we'll probably have, you know, you can email us, guardiandowncast@gmail.com. You can send us a DM on Twitter. I think our DMs are open. Or hell, just...
my DMs are always open.
Oh, of course yours are. Elmer Fudd. And, you know, you can even jump on our Discord and DM us. Say, hey, I'd like you to see if you can get this guy or gal on. And we'll see what we can do. We can't promise you we'll do it. we'll give it a.
We'll make the effort, but we can't promise that they're going to come on. But we'll damn sure make the effort because, hey, I don't give a shit who it is. If it's Datto, if it's Fallout, I mean, hell,
we're shameless.
Those guys sound like a blast, Astacross.
They do.
You say the name.
Cool guy.
We are your servants. Yeah, cool guy.
Yeah, exactly. So let us know, guys. Let us know if there's someone you want us to interview. You know what our interview's like. It's pretty in depth. We'll do our best to get them on the show.
Definitely.
Anything else, Hazel? I can't think of anything else.
I don't know. Maybe we'll try to screw up more stuff in the TWAB for Raven. And
good.
Yeah, you can mess up a couple things. So Burning Wing can call you out in RNG.
Yeah. And, we'll leave little clues in each week to make sure they listen.
Yeah. That's an intentional effort. By the way,
I like that. Perfect. That'll be easy for me because I'm always messing up. Good deal. Well, hey, what do you say, man? We'll talk some Destiny next.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's do it right after this. All right. This week at Bungie, what do we got, Hazel?
All right. We've got... wait a minute. What?
Sorry. Bad habit. No TWAB. Bungie's still on vacation, guys. So chill. We're still going to talk some Destiny, though.
Bullshit.
Yeah, we still want to talk some Destiny, though, right?
Yeah, of course. Why not? We got nothing else to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You have nothing else to listen to. We got you hostage. Yeah. Well, you're going to send Fat Tony over.
Right.
So... all right. Well, Gator, let's just start off with the easy stuff. So, season pass. What's your light level on your Guardians?
Okay.
Yeah. What you got?
I'm at for Season of the Hunt. I'm at rank 246. I've like I said, I've been logging on the last couple of weeks.
246.
Yeah, Bounty King, buddy. Bounties.
Okay.
Hashtag bounties. Do it. Light wise, I think I'm at 1278, I think, with my artifact.
Nice.
Raw, I don't know, 1254, maybe something like that.
Amateur. Yeah.
Go ahead and flex.
Nice. Go ahead and flex. All right. Make way. All right. Season pass, 111.
Okay.
So admirable. Yeah. Hey, I hit the 100. I actually found a neat little cheese for anybody listening to this.
What?
So yes, I found a cheese, you guys. So, for getting light level on your alts is basically to wait until you get to 100 before you start collecting any of the gear for them. Then what you do is you collect the high level gear first. Once you get to like the soft cap, then you get that level first. So you get the high level stuff at like, what is that? Like between like 60 and 70 or something. 60 and 80.
High stat gear?
Yeah, you get that first.
Why first? I don't understand your methods.
So, what you do is you get that first because that's going to do is that's going to be at one level. So like when I got my high stat gear first on my Warlock, it was like 1254.
Okay.
So that's what I got it at. Then I went and I got the second tier, like the first set that you can get there.
Now,
then I got that.
Are you what's the word? Are you upgrading it from the bottom gear into the good gear?
Exactly.
Ah, I see.
That way you don't have to delete your stuff. You just can spend 1,000 glimmer, put that into that. So now my Warlock is oddly enough higher than my Titan. I don't understand that.
Well, because Warlock's the best.
Fucking bullshit. Just you wait, buddy. Just you wait. So, Yeah, so my Warlock is 1272.
Okay.
It's at 1257 raw.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, buddy. And my Titan is at 1250 or 1257 also, but lower than my Warlock, and 1272 there also. And then my Hunter is 1273, almost 1274, and it's 1258 raw.
Well, just to elaborate, that was my Warlock. Of course, I'm a Warlock main. That was that level. My Titan and my Hunter are actually pretty close to that level too. So about 1253, 1254, I think raw score.
Yeah. Nice. But yeah, definitely try that for anybody needing some tips for their alts.
How did you outsmart me on that one? Shit.
I'm
the Destiny corporate shill and you're just the casual. I mean, what the hell? How the hell did you figure that out and I didn't?
Well, it's funny you say that because Deej actually posted a comment. And he basically said that pretty much the Destiny community is just all about trying to find the easiest way to do shit without actually playing the game. And that's how I found that out.
Wow.
So, but then the other thing that I would say is that, so you get that second tier gear and then, you know, that box that you get at level 1,
right?
You don't open that until the very end.
Oh, damn. That was smart. Shit.
I'm going to clip that. By the way.
I always, damn it, I'll clip it for you. I deserve that. Damn, you know what? I always click it first. I was like, oh, new gear, boom, because it gives you a big XP gain too. Damn.
Yeah, it does. But
why did I not
100 and I hit 100 without getting it.
Oh,
so,
man.
And then the other thing too is that right now I still have all of my exotics that I can still pop to.
I still have a couple of those left too. Yeah.
So I'm waiting till I get to 1260,
right,
and then I'm gonna pop those.
Good idea. So. That's what I'm waiting for too. But I don't know if I'll hit the cap. You know why? What do you got to? Well, okay. Destiny did give us a reason because I don't play Trials. So Destiny did give us a reason to raise our light, and it's the lost sectors, right? 1280 and 1250 respectively. That is pretty high light.
I mean, it is, but I mean, okay, so. Full disclosure for you, I'm not really trying to hit 1260 on my characters. It's basically just that I really like the new raid, and that's mainly what I'm doing is I'm just getting gear from that, and it just happens to be higher than what I'm at, so I'm just taking it and saying okay, and let's go and go from there. But yeah.
Damn, and are those raid weapons badass or what? Almost all of them are. They're all so good. Even the hand cannon. You never hear me say that. That 180 hand cannon it's smooth, man. And the sight is nice and clean on it. I love it. But you'll never catch me using a Crucible, though.
Yeah, I got 2 trustees. And I'm just like, ooh, this is just so much fun. I love it.
On PC and on Xbox. On PS5, not PS5, PS4 when I had it. Both with controller. That gun would light people up in Crucible. Great gun. Didn't matter what role you had.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to try it. I got a Surplus and Wellspring.
Yeah, that's a good combo. Yeah.
With extended mag. So I'm just like, okay, I can't wait to, screw around with this piece of shit.
That'll be nice.
So yeah, I'm liking it.
Cool.
So yeah. And then one other thing I wanted to mention is, so as I've been playing my Warlock, everybody knows that I kind of cut bait on it because I'm just like, I hate the super. It's terrible and everything else. So that was until I got my first artifact. Now, for anybody who doesn't know this, here's something that I need to enlighten any non-Warlocks about. And Warlocks, this is going to make you guys uncomfortable because I'm going to tell your dirty little secrets. So, listen to this cheat code. They have an aspect that when you smash something that's frozen, it sends out a cold snap grenade on the ground to the next nearest thing.
Oh, yeah. You didn't have that?
No, I got a neat little slide that I can do for like, an entire map.
Well, wait a minute now. I popped my super in Crucible on PC the other day. I saw a hunter jump over me, throw a grenade, slam, and my super was over, and I was dead. I'm telling you, the hunters are OP right now.
Hey.
I don't have any of that. And I haven't unlocked all the stasis on it yet, so I can't even use it.
Yep, I've unlocked the stasis on all three now. I've got the two aspects for both of them. And get a load of this bullshit. So not only do they get an extra cold snap grenade just for hitting something frozen, and then they can chain that actually, because that's how I ended up getting like most of my like stasis kills and everything, because I kept smashing them.
Wow.
And so not only do you get that, but then I got the second aspect, which gives you a fourth fragment that you can actually use. And you get, basically you can put down a rift and you get your basically it freezes everything. And then there's a fragment that you can have where anything that you kill, it's frozen. It basically boosts your class regen rate.
Nah, I've never heard of that. Don't pursue that. Just play your Titan. You'll be good.
But meanwhile, my Titan, while I can slide like a son of a bitch,
Yeah, you can.
I can't do anything else. I can punch from maybe like a third of the map, but I'm not going to hit anything.
It's fun watching them in Crucible. They just fly over you and you're like, why?
and people like give me shit about not playing Titan right now. You know what? When they fix the shit or give me some good stuff with it, then maybe, yeah, I'll use this shit.
Yeah. Now I got a question for you since you have all three. I haven't started working on my second character on my stasis stuff. In fact, I'm still finishing all my Gambit stuff to finish out all my fragments. How is it easy to get on the second and third characters? Because this first character took forever.
It is. I mean, it does get easier because the fragments, they all carry over. So that's the good thing.
Okay.
The hard part is basically you have to unlock the grenades again. You have to get the fragments.
Oh, okay. You have to run through the storyline basically to unlock that, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can deal with that.
It's not terrible. It's basically just, it is what it is. So
all right. Good deal. Well, hey, we since there was no real news for Destiny tonight, we decided each to take a topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And roll with it. And what was your topic tonight? I can't remember. You kind of kept it in the dark.
Yeah, so mine was basically about the Bungie basically sunsetting supers. So, so Bungie was basically talking about sunsetting supers. This is kind of old news now, but really it's more so just that they were talking about Void Walker, and they said that Nova Bomb is IP defining, so that's good. But then they were talking about... Didn't we already talk about this?
I don't think so.
Am I fucking tripping?
No. You posted this story in our chat and said I want to talk about this next week. We didn't.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
You know what? It's funny. It feels like you should be just jumping on a bike and pedaling again, right? But I feel discombobulated tonight. It's like I feel like we've been off like a month.
It feels that way, yeah. But basically, what it is just that they were talking about Void Walker, and they were talking about it being IP defining, or not Void Walker. I'm sorry, but Nova being IP defining. Right. And Luke said basically that like Void Walker isn't as IP defining, and it's really only good in PvP. So if they cut that, nobody would really care except for the people that use it for PvP. And they were like, we can't cut Void or Nova Bomb because it's basically, it's what people are used to with it. So, because what they were talking about doing when they were talking about like cutting supers is basically doing the aspects and fragments for the light classes, the light subclasses.
Right.
So they were talking about like maybe like sunsetting things and then bringing them back as the fragments and aspects and then going from there. Okay. So, but the key thing here is ultimately that this shit's not going to happen for easily like 2 years, possibly.
Okay. So we don't have to worry about
2.5 years. Yeah, no.
Maybe we'll be sick of it by then anyway.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too. I can't give up my number.
I doubt it because I love these fragments that they're giving us, and I can't wait to get more. And I love them all. Give me as many fragments as I can. Just give me more aspects where I can slot them in.
What is the total number of fragments right now we can get? Do you know?
6, I believe.
And how many? How many the other ones?
The fragments, 2.
Okay, so
Or no, I'm sorry. The aspects are 2, fragments are 6.
Okay, I've got the 2 aspects. I just got to finish the fragments in. Okay, I got like 3 or 4 right now.
Oof, God, that's a slog.
I'm telling you, it's the damn. I picked all the gambit paths for it, and getting some stupid kills with stasis, it's just hard.
Well, here's the thing, though, is that what you can do is you can get shit on the other characters, and it unlocks them for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, I haven't finished. I got to finish the stasis campaign for those other 2. I've been really focusing on my warlock, but good point.
Yeah, and then the thing that's kind of crazy is that each subclass, each aspect that they have has different slots, so you can slot more fragments in. So like my Titan, I think I can only fit 2 in. My Hunter is 3 and my Warlock is 4.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Well, the first thing you talked about, the cheat codes, it's fake news. That was your, I get it now. That was your rant. I got you.
Damn right it was.
Well, my topic, there wasn't much to choose from, I'll be honest, but I read Paul Tassie's article from Forbes, and his article was about what's left to do this season, We're in week 8. We have to, February 9th? So what do we got? We're kind of in the halfway point, almost, a little bit over maybe, for this season. So what else is there to do, right? Isn't that the question everybody's asking right now?
No.
Well, I'm asking it because I've been off a couple of weeks now, and I'm like, well, what do I need to come back for? What I've looked forward to for Season of the Hunt. I'm already 240 something, right, on my season pass. I've done everything I can do, except I still got to get my damn Empire hunts done to get that sniper rifle.
Oh, the Cloud Strike.
Strike, and I haven't even begun to run the legendary lost sectors for the stuff. I got to start doing that. I just been a little intimidated. It's 1280 light is pretty much of a bitch, even if you're at 1278.
Well, you can get the Cloud Strike from doing the 1250.
Oh, I understand. I've already run it like 5-6 times and nothing yet. So, I realize that'll be the grind. I'll have to do it every morning probably before I go to work or something. But it was interesting what he said we had left to do. That if you refer to the calendar that they put out for this season, the one thing they did mention was Europa Secrets ? And they said it ended January 12th. So do we have any more Europa Secrets that are going to come out between now and a couple resets from now? I don't know. But
what the hell's a Europa Secret?
Secrets that you find out about on maybe something part of the storyline. I don't know. But I had to mention it, though, because it could be possible that there's still something that's going to unveil itself, no pun intended, on Europa. So... the other thing that they mentioned was Hawkmoon random rolls. We're not able to farm for the random rolls for the Hawkmoon yet. When you got the Hawkmoon, it had a question mark on that third tier of your abilities on the gun or slots on the gun, and it said it could be randomly rolled. And I'm like, well, that's nice and all, but how are we supposed to randomly roll it? There's no method to do that. So that was one thing that probably I think that's going to come out. The first thing that's going to come out is going to be that. But there's also the Cabal the Cabal Wrathborn hunts. We haven't seen those yet, and I think Paul Tassi was speculating it might be on Cosmodrome. We'll have to see, I guess. But we still have that aspect of the Wrathborn hunts. We've done the Fallen, and we've done the Hive ones, but we haven't done anything with the I can't talk tonight, with the Cabal. So I'm curious to see. Also, speaking of Cabal, if you remember when they were promoting this season, there was a cutscene where two Cabal Centurions were with Osiris talking to Zavala. We haven't seen any of that yet, so I'm curious to see what that. And I think someone mentioned in our Discord that you can go to Zavala's office right now and tap in his computer, and there's some stuff he talks about. I haven't done it yet, but
I haven't done that either.
And I heard something about Osiris was hanging around the tower. I haven't seen him. But
I think that was somebody dressed as Osiris.
Oh, son of a bitch. Got freaking trolled. So anyway, we haven't seen that cutscene yet. So that's got to be happening this season, right? There was, every time you turn in your, you go to Crow to get your pinnacle every week for your Wrathborn hunts, he has dialogue that he lit. It's not spoken. It's, it's stated, but it's pretty good stuff in there. Kind of talks about his past, and you kind of get a little, I don't know. Maybe for me anyway, I get a little more attached to him, I guess you could say.
There's still... Well, here's a question for you.
Well, yeah, go for it.
So, just to interrupt here. So, do you like how they're doing this season?
I can't complain. I mean, this was the big season, right? This was kind of the big DLC plus the season, kind of like Shadowkeep was. So I'm curious this next season how much stuff we're going to have, because remember Shadowkeep? Everyone was busy doing a lot of stuff with the season and the new DLC, but now the DLC, is done and gone with. Now it's going to be seasons from here on out, right?
Right.
I've kind of gotten down how they do their seasons. They haven't really changed much. They kind of, they front end load it, and then they kind of unleash stuff and secretly let go of stuff, like certain week numbers of the season. So I think I like that. I like Trickle, as long as I don't miss anything. I don't want to miss some storyline or something. So as long as I'm there to, as long as it's available after it's revealed, which I'm sure it is. Yeah, I like it. I'm not, I'm not in that camp where I want everything all at once. I kind of like it being stretched out because I'm very goal oriented when I play Destiny, and I want to work on something every week, whether it's Cloud Strike or whatever. And if there's some new cutscene or something, I want to be able to do it, or new mission or something. I like how they're doing it. I mean, I know you remember the days where we had the content droughts, and it was like there was absolutely no reason to play Destiny.
Oh yeah,
there was nothing to do, and I just did it just because I like shooting stuff. There was really absolutely nothing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So I like that they're spreading it out a little bit. I know there's a lot of people like to get it all cranked out and be done with it, but not me. I kind of like the trickle. But they've, Joe. I want to say I'm Joe Golgroth, not Joe Golgroth, but he did mention that
Blackburn, yeah,
his Golgroth is his Twitter, I think, his handle. He's mentioned a lot of things coming up throughout the year, including crossplay, transmog, and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to pan out. But yeah, I like it. What about you? I mean, do you like the way the seasons are set up?
I do, actually. I mean, I appreciate the trickle. Yeah. I'm really liking that, like, virtually like every week something new or interesting is happening.
Right.
And it makes it fun to kind of log back in every week and go like, oh, okay, well, what's new? And then like this week there wasn't much new. So it's like, but at least there's like an event going on. I can bake a couple cookies. Now that we completed the
community
event, then I'm like, okay, now I can actually turn in all the stuff that I had. So, because I did not want to participate earlier.
Did you get your final one yet?
I did, yes.
What'd you think?
I was okay with it, actually. I got a lot of shit.
I was too. A lot of people have been griping, it should be like the Vault of Glass or something opens. I'm like, come on, man. That's not how they do it. They're not going to do it when they're off on vacation. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's get real here. I know.
Yeah, and they just dropped a raid.
Yeah. So
put it back in your pants.
And that raid is fun as hell too, by the way. I mean, I think we got, I got a couple projections, ghost projections, like a candy cane and a snowman, or candy cane and a gingerbread man or something. I'm never going to use those, but I got an Ascendant shard. I've got a frostbite. I'm not real crazy about that SMG, but because it's an aggressive frame, it just goes all over the place.
Oh, the avalanche.
No, not the avalanche. That's the auto. Oh. That's the machine gun.
The LMG.
I'm talking about the frostbite. Is the it looks like the
the SMG.
The SMG that's in your primary slot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just all over the place. I'm just not a big SMG fan right now. Maybe the Ikelos one. Maybe that's about the only one I use. And the seasonal one's okay. It's not great. Just SMGs, when you got an auto rifle that does more range and does the same damage and more in the clip, why would you want to use an SMG right now? That's just me. It's just me.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny you say that you got that, because I got, I don't want to brag or nothing, but I got a new exotic.
I got an exotic too.
I got a, what is it? An exotic emote.
Now wait a minute. I don't know if I got an exotic emote. I'll have to check.
Well, I looked I mean, I was looking at like what everybody would like said they received and things like that, and I mean, not many people received that, I guess. But
let's see. I got an exotic legs. It was called Prometheum Spur, I think it was. Let me look in here. Yeah, Prometheum Spur is the one I got. I already had it, but this had a good roll, man. It had, well, it was okay. I tell you what, though, Zur right now is selling the helmet for the Warlocks, the Astrocyte Verse, and it has a high intellect and high recovery roll right now. Jump on that helmet. If you play Crucible and you like to...
I thought that it was...
No, it had high intellect and high recovery. I think it had 26 intellect and like 19 recovery or something. I mean, that's an outstanding stat to have on a helmet. So...
I thought that it was like 20 or 30 mobility for it, actually.
The one I looked at, this was the infogram one it posted on our Discord. It showed the rolls. Hold on, I'll check here real quick. Destiny News, maybe? Talks about Zur. Where's Zur? Yeah, right here. No, that's not it. Damn it. No, that's not it. I'm trying to find it here. It showed the Zur. Anyway, check. I mean, I know that Astrocyte Verse helmet is really hard to get. So if you don't have that, don't miss this week. Get that helmet. If you're a Voidwalker and you like to blink, and Crucible especially, it's really great on console. People have no clue where you're at. Plus, your radar's always up, and you blink more often. That's really nice and competitive. So I'm a blink Warlock if you haven't figured that out yet in Crucible. Yeah, I'm that guy. Anyway, so what else was left for the season? Continuing on here.
Yeah.
The final lure upgrade. That hasn't been, that's all I got left basically to finish my title. My Warden title. So that's got to be coming out soon, the final lure upgrade. The High Celebrant. The dude that killed Sagira earlier in the season. That dude, we haven't killed him yet. So where's he? He's got to be appearing sometime before the season's over. And then there's something data mined, some crow cutscene that was data mined, and I don't know anything about it. All I'm just saying is it isn't out yet because I haven't seen that cutscene, and I don't miss any of the story parts of this game. So those are what's left, according to Paul Tassi of Forbes, what's left in the season. And
we have how many days left?
Well, February 9th. How many days is that? About a month? No, little over a month. Is that right?
Yeah, 38 days, 11 hours if I'm not playing Destiny.
5 weeks? Yeah, I hear you. 5 weeks, I think. 5 weeks. Just say 5 weeks. It's close enough.
Yeah, 38 days. And I mean, and that's a ton of shit to happen.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so something's got to happen as soon as they get back from their winter break here.
Oh, yeah.
Something's got to be happening. I'm guessing it's going to be, if I was to pick from this list, I would say it's going to be the farming of the Hawkmoon, the random roll farming. I think that'll be the next. There'll be some kind of little story mode where you can do it over and over again. I have a feeling that's what's coming next. That's my guess.
Oh, you know what, man? That pissed me off because I was playing my Warlock and all of a sudden I saw that I had a quest on the moon. And I'm like, I was like, is this it? Is this it? Yeah. I was like, why isn't anybody talking about this?
Yeah, exactly.
And then I just realized I hadn't played.
It's a new character?
Yeah, on that character. And I was just like, oh, shit.
I only laughed because it happened to me, too. I was like, oh, something I got to do on the moon here. Oh, I didn't run Shadowkeep with this character. Gotcha. That story left me wanting more. I mean, I was unimpressed. I mean, the last mission was good on Shadowkeep, but I just didn't want to slog through it for 2 other characters. Just didn't want to do it. So.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I did what I had to do so I can run bounties and free roam on the planet. But other than that, I didn't go any further on my other 2 characters.
Yeah, no, I get it completely.
Yeah. Anything else before we move on?
No, I don't think so.
All right. I think we got community questions, man. We still got some left over from last year. So we promised we would finish them out. So let's do it, man. We'll do that. Right. We'll do it right after this.
Would you like to send us a question for the show? Well, there's 4 ways to do it.
Number 1, join our Discord server. There's a join link in our show notes. We have some great gamers in there, by the way. And you can just lurk, or hang out, or jump right in and talk with us. There's also a channel labeled Podcast Questions where you can type in your question for the show.
You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, or we also tweet out almost every week about our upcoming show, guest, and you can respond there with your questions at guardian_d_cast is our Twitter handle.
Finally, you can send us a voicemail with your questions at speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast. Remember, that's all one word. And we'll play it on the show for you guys.
SpeakPipe is honestly my favorite thing. But anyway, thank you for all you guys do, and toddles.
And later, Guardian. All right, boys and girls, it is that time of the week. This is where Hazel and I will be answering questions from our community. This is questions from either our email, our Twitter account, our SpeakPipe account, or our Discord channel labeled Podcast Questions. So I think most of them we have tonight are from our Discord, Hazel. Why don't you pick one out there, man?
All right, we're going to go with this one from Anubis Falls. This is our oldest question, so we're going to go ahead and knock this one out here. Okay. It is, what do you guys think in the Vidoc? That first time that we meet Crow, a.k.a. Aldrin, which actually is not true, but looks the same, but not really him. He's stabbing someone in the back. I know he saved Osiris, but still, just a thought.
Yeah, and the look in Osiris's eyes when he saw him walking up to him after he took that night out. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't ask this one earlier because it was kind of spoilery, right?
Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think there's anything to that?
I mean, we know more now than we did back then at the Vidoc, but
True.
It's kind of ironic, right? Stabbing him in the back.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little symbolism there, but I don't know, man. I've been reading these weekly Pinnacle drops that I get from him. I've been reading his little spiel he gives us every week, and kind of talks about what he's been going through on Tangled Shore, and I don't know, man. I kind of feel for the guy now, and I'm like, you know what? He's no longer Aldrin in my eyes. He's the Crow.
He's Crow. Yeah.
And I still think he's gonna be a more prominent member in all the vendors and stuff out there later on. I think he'll rise to prominence once he starts being what he truly is, which he's a strong character, you know? What do you think?
Oh boy. Well, so I hope that I hope he's not like a turncoat and that kind of thing, because that would absolutely break my heart, because this guy his story is just fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, he used to be a prince. So I mean, his former life, that's the way you got to look at it, right?
Well, I mean, he did some pretty shitty things when he was a prince, and he was a prick to us the entire time as well.
Yeah, he was. Made us go get that damn Gate Lord's eye.
Yeah.
You know, you know what?
About that.
I'm going to insert that soundbite right here. I got that soundbite. You'll hear it. You'll hear it when you listen to it.
But I don't know. What I'd like to see is sort of, I guess, sad and that kind of thing. But
yeah,
what I'd like to see would be have him become a good guy, which he already is basically, but have because if he does become a really good guy, then he's going to have to come in contact with Ikora and Zavala.
Yeah, that might be bad. I mean, he keeps mentioning that he feels he wants to go to the tower, but he doesn't. Something holds him back, right?
Well, yeah, because but what I'd like to see though would be see him basically. I keep trying to hem-haw around about this, but it's basically what I want to see is for him to be a good guy in a lot of people's eyes, but have pretty much everybody still not like him. And he ends up basically going rogue and kind of
Like
being a villain.
Having something to prove. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but that'd be heartbreaking too, though.
You want him to be a rogue? You want him to go villain?
I mean, but just because of our actions to him, where basically like people treat him like shit and that.
Yeah, I get that too. It's tough, man. His story is it kind of pulls you in, right? It's good writing on it on the Bungie's part on this.
I'm like heartbroken about this guy. I'm just like, it's like the saddest thing that you'll ever read.
And he's like so happy to see you because he wants, he doesn't talk to a lot of Guardians,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see, I guess. So see how it turns out. I mean, I'm sure Bungie knows.
Yeah. Or at least I hope.
Yeah, I hope so too. Okay, I'll get this one over quick. This is from Burning Wing, aka the Moist One. How much does Gator regret letting RNG Gator and myself into this Discord? Hey, buddy, I'm so happy that you guys are in our Discord. You guys shake it up every week, and damn, I just gave them free reign now. I bite my lip sometimes, I'll be honest. And but you guys I know you guys. We've had both of you guys on our show, and you guys are good guys. Even with all the antics, Burning Wing. I'm happy you guys are here, man. I really am. You got anything to comment on here, Hazel?
I don't even know who they are.
I didn't think so. All right. That was mine. You got one?
Actually, I should probably take that back because they're going to start giving me shit about my issues, my errors.
You better say something.
Moving on quickly. Mm-hmm. So, question from Des Raven. Question for the show. Can we have a channel for podcasts to steal other podcasts' questions? Thanks. Or K, thanks.
It's Des.
Yep, it is. So I don't really think we need a channel for that. I think if you like something, then take it and make it your own.
I mean, we kind of copied from other podcasts that we, listened to in the past. I mean, what's to say no one else can do that too? Yeah,
exactly. There's no
rule that would be a total what's the word?
I have no idea.
I'm fading, man. Sorry. I'd be a turncoat. Yeah, if I said that, I'd be
words.
Yeah, exactly. Words are hard. I got one from Chubby Wizard here. This is a good question. Question for the show. Do you think stasis is a direct result of everybody loving snowballs during the dawning and asking for them to be in the game? That's a great question. Thanks. Love the show. Happy New Year there, Chubby. What do you think, Hazel?
I hope not.
God, that would be...
I think that it's a direct result of basically like the darkness.
Yeah, I think so. And I think someone mentioned that it's not really ice. It's, think of the word stasis. It means like a frozen state, but not frozen in the word cold, like not able to move, which is exactly how I feel in Crucible when I get shot with a stasis grenade or thrown a stasis grenade at me. Okay. Anyway, I hope not either. To answer your question quickly, I hope not either. Okay, what else we got?
All right. Next one, I like this one a lot. Ikora's Assassin. I've been waiting to get to this one because there's been like a lot of times I wanted to ask this. Okay. So, wait a minute, question for the show.
This guy or gal is new in our Discord, I think.
Yes, they are.
Thanks for the question.
Yes. So let's say Bungie decides to give you a small but highly talented team to work on future content. Would you improve Crucible and PvP, generate more interesting strikes, etc., or dedicate more attention to overall progression? You can only choose one path. Thanks. Love the show. Now, one thing I do want to say before we get into this is, I think we're gonna like leave this one out there, and we're gonna ask this of other guests because I really like this question.
That is a great question. Yeah, maybe should put that in an interview process.
Oh,
okay.
I'm saucy.
I won't discard it then. I'll keep it in here. All right.
There.
You're asking me. Okay. Oh boy. I know that this season, this DLC, that they took 11 Crucible maps away, and they didn't give us any more. I feel Crucible right now, even though it's very balanced in my eyes, and there's a lot of different ways you can kill people in Crucible right now. Nah, don't get me started with the stasis because I'll start ranting, but I think they need to do something with Crucible and stasis in the Crucible. But overall, looking at this whole picture, I would say progression. Of course it's going to be progression, right? I'm a bounty guy. I think the season pass is too easy to complete. I mean, even you got to 100, Hazel.
Jesus, what does that mean?
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm in a dark mood tonight. It would be nice if our season pass opened up to like a second tier or something. There's a lot they can do there to keep us engaged more often. There's no downtimes during the season. I want to have it where there's so much to do that I know I'm not going to get everything done. Kind of the way I feel in Call of Duty. I look at all this stuff, I'm like, nope, never going to get that done. And just know that it's there to have fun with. And then the people who are hardcore can grind. The people that are in between, kind of like me, can jump in and get as much as they can done. And the people who are casual can be happy that there's always something to do, right? I would say progression, definitely. I don't like the way that we increase our power right now. I think it's kind of clunky. And it's I don't know. Some people will say it's grindy. Other people will say it's too simple. I'm kind of in the middle. I don't like to do stuff that I don't want to do. I think it'd be nice if we could increase our light drops from doing whatever we want to do in the game, right? If I'm not a strike guy and I want to play Crucible all the time, I should be able to rank up just as quick if someone ran everything. That's my 2 cents.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So my answer to this is I want to see meaningful play.
That's what I'm getting to.
No, I mean, like, no. What I mean by meaningful play is I want to see consequences to my actions. I want to see this go basically, I mean, like full, like MMO kind of thing where it's
okay.
I want to see our choices have consequence. I mean, it just seems like it's still their world and we're just playing in it. I want to see things like, hey, you're locked into the darkness subclass. I want to see Bungie actually have balls enough to do that.
Oh man. Not be able to switch back to my Voidwalker?
Exactly, right?
Ooh. That'd be.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine a company having the balls to do that?
You imagine the crying on Twitter? Holy moly. There'd be so much crying.
Reddit?
Reddit
would be
on
like
fire.
Whoa.
It'd be on fire. Oh yeah. Yeah, the Destiny Reddit would be just crazy fire. Yeah, I get what you're coming. I know where you're coming from. The problem, Bungie has this unique situation they're in, right? They have the extremists on one hand, and they got the more casual players on the other, and they have to appeal to both, right? Mm-hmm. Somehow they got to make this game interesting to everybody, right? And I don't envy their job because there's stuff as a hardcore player that, like I said with the season pass, why not keep opening it up? How about just throw us Ascendant shards every couple levels? I'd be happy with just that after I reached 100, You don't have to create more gear or anything. Just give us more rewards. Other than this, every five levels get to go talk to Tess Everest for another ghost that I don't want.
You go talk to her. I don't even talk to her.
I know. I do that too. But sometimes I like to talk to her. She's got pretty eyes.
Don't make me call Mrs. Gator.
But no, I mean, they have such a tough job. I'm sure they're just loving this time off right now, because I'm sure as soon as they get back on Monday or whenever it is, that the stress levels are just going to start going up again. I mean, it's tough working for a gaming company. I wouldn't know, but I have a cousin that actually works for Nintendo, and he tells me the horror stories. It's a high pressure job. It is. I have another relative that works for EA. So I have some input from employees that work for these companies, and it's not an easy job. It's a grinding job, and it can be very rewarding, but at the same time, it can be so stressful. So.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, but I do though. I just want to see I just want to see Bungie do something that sort of, I mean, that shows us that, hey, you know, this is your world.
Okay.
You can play this however you want.
I got a question for you then. To add to that point that you just made, this next game they're working on, I've heard rumors that this is going to be a totally story-driven MMO form of Destiny.
Fantasy.
Yes. What do you think?
I don't care. I'm not playing it.
What? You wouldn't play it?
I don't think so.
What? Why? You want to do more stuff with people, or? What if it was Destiny, but it was a storyline of Destiny that had like hundreds of tiers of progression, like most MMOs do out there. Hundreds of stuff that you can do, and if you didn't want to grind it, fine. You can be a lowly little whatever level. I don't know, man. I wonder if that's. I still wonder if that's the path they've always taken, or always planned on.
I don't know. Not for me.
Well, they've guaranteed the next two. They've publicly said there's 2 more expansions coming. So I'm just wondering what's going to come after that. After, what is it, Lightfall, the last one? What's next?
Yeah.
That's going to be a big question.
Yeah, that is. That's going to be something that, you know, a lot of people are going to be looking at.
I'm surprised you're balking at that. I thought you would like that. Okay. I misread it.
I mean, hey, you know, it's a good question. It's a good thought and everything. It's just, it's not where I'm at.
Okay.
So.
Fair enough. I've got one from Uncle Scumdeath here. He says, I have 2 questions. Am I going mad, or has someone just thrown a sword and killed me in Destiny PvP? Is this a thing now? And how high a light level can I reach without purchasing Beyond Light expansion? This was an older question. I want to make sure we answered it tonight. It could be one of 2 things that hit you. It could be the exotic sword that
Black Talon,
as Honest likes to use all the time. It could have been that it hits you, or it could have been a Dawnblade, which actually throws a flaming sword at people. That's probably why I hit you there, buddy. I think you can reach the pinnacle light level, right, without having to buy the game. You just have to do a lot of kind of mundane grinding,
repetitive things, but
yeah, you can do it. I mean, technically you can do it. You're just missing out a lot of the extra flavor that is this DLC, like the raid and all the campaign missions and story. It's all a lot of fun. So last time I talked,
that's basically all it is.
Last time I talked to him, he said he was balls deep in Destiny. So he's all in right now. So I don't know. We'll see.
That's good.
Yep. Okay. You're next.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. That's some trolley type shit. We'll go with this one. All thumbs. Question for the show. Who is your least likable character in any of the Star Wars movies? For me, Jar Jar Binks wins hands down.
Is it my turn? I'm answering this.
Yeah,
I'm always used
the guest goes first.
I'm always used to the guest answering. Least likable character. I would say it would be the Sith. I never liked this character. I never liked that character, and he never says a word in the whole game in the whole movie.
Are you talking about
Revenge of the
Darth
Sith?
Maul?
Yes.
The guy with the 2 lightsabers?
Yeah, he never said a thing in the whole game. I keep saying game. In the whole movie, he never said a damn thing. Never said a damn thing. And I was like, this guy's redundant. He doesn't even need to be in this movie. Yeah, I know. It's Revenge of the Sith. I know.
Do you realize that your guardian has said like 4 more words?
Yeah, probably. But still, he never says a damn thing in the whole movie. The fight at the end was okay. It was fun. But he does kill one of my favorite Jedis. But I'm all right. I'm okay with it.
Qui-Gon is your favorite?
I just like Liam Neeson. Doesn't matter what he plays in. I like anything he's in. So, what about you?
Well, see, my initial thought was...
Man, Des is going to roast me over that answer, by the way.
Yeah, because you butchered a couple things, and I'm just going to let it go, actually.
Good.
So, give him something to talk about.
Yep.
So, I mean, my first answer to this was Finn.
Really?
Yeah, Finn from the new movies. Just because I did not like anything they did with his character. I mean, he kept like going like, hey, like in the last movie, he's like, hey, I've got a surprise for you. I've got a secret. And he's like trying to tell Rey, and my wife and I are looking at each other like, oh, he's going to tell her he loves her and this kind of thing. And it's going to be awesome.
No.
And, and that kind of thing. And then they didn't do shit with it. It's like it just fell into some black hole, and nobody...
It's like an extra scene that got thrown in, but they forgot what to do with it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, and I guess that was my first answer, just because I was really disappointed in how things turned out with him.
Yeah.
And, but I would have to say Jar Jar is probably the least likable.
He was okay. He was annoying at times, but he was okay.
Misa.
I know. That you got to appeal to the kids in some of these movies, and he was an appealing character for kids. The more serious characters we could cling to, but I don't profess to be an expert in Star Wars. I just love watching the movies, so don't roast me on that, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to be roasted.
I get it,
I'm going to be roasted, aren't I?
I mean, at least you didn't say it's Star Trek. That would have been troublesome.
Shit. That would have been ugly, man. That would have been a tire fire. That's for damn sure. Damn. Okay. Oh man, Sweaty Spooks has some good ones here. I'll ask this one. Question for the show, some Sweaty Spooks. Question from the show. What is your yearly holiday tradition you look forward to? For us, it starts Christmas Eve with walking nachos. Maybe watching. No. Watching nachos? Wow, that sounds like a good pastime. What is this supposed to say? For us, it starts
probably like walking tacos.
Walking tacos and Christmas. Maybe.
Well, it's probably walking nachos is what they call it, but it's like walking tacos is I think the U.S. version.
Okay, in Christmas movies. Okay, I'll go with that.
Do you know what walking tacos or walking nachos are?
I don't understand that reference.
Okay. So yeah, basically what they are you take a bag of Fritos and then you put a bunch of like taco-y stuff in there.
Like meat?
Yeah, like meat and cheese and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, so you're I guess the saying is you're walking and putting them together and eating them like while you're walking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. I was really hoping you were going to say walking and tacoing or something. But
no. I always think of the South Park episode of the ice cream taco that pooped ice cream out of it. Remember that episode?
No.
Okay, never mind. That said, do you guys have a specific holiday film you like to watch? We like Jim Carrey's The Grinch. I think we answered this last episode before the year end, but why not? What's your Christmas tradition or holiday?
Yes. So every year, my wife and I we'll sit down and we'll watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I like it.
It's an absolute masterpiece of a movie. And and one tradition that I have is I've tried to get my daughter on board with it, but she's not a fan. But I'll get the eggnog and I'll get a little carton of it and drink it and I'll share it with her, and she does not like it at all.
It's funny to say that. I bought a thing of eggnog when my son came down. Nobody touched it.
I'm so jealous.
Nobody touched it. I've been every day. I've been like, I'm not wasting this. This was not cheap. And like after Christmas, I'm like, nobody had the eggnog. Okay, so I'm taking like a coffee cup of it every morning now, trying to make sure I slowly. Anyway,
it burns you out on it, so you're good on it.
It does.
Until like next year.
It does, man. By the time I'm done drinking that carton, I'm ready for next year. To wait the next year to drink it. Man, I'm fading. Let's see. Like I said, we have a big family get together on Christmas Eve. Our family's pretty large, and we all live locally here in Orlando. And we all get together every Christmas Eve, exchange gifts and all that good stuff. And we weren't able to do that this year. It was kind of sad how it all turned out there. But like I said, overall, I'm very, very grateful everyone's healthy, and I can live with. Like I told my family, I said, it'll be even better next year, because hopefully by next Christmas we'll be able to all meet again. We'll all be inoculated and won't have to worry about it. So, as far as movies, I think I answered this last week. I love The
Wonderful Life.
No. The one with the three ghosts. Why can't I think of it? Christmas Carol.
Oh, Christmas
Carol.
Yeah.
Whether it's with Scrooged, the newer versions, they have so many versions. I just pick one. Every so often I pick a different one, or I'll watch two at the same time of year. But I love A Christmas Carol. That's my favorite ever since I was a kid. All right.
Nice.
We got a few more here. Go ahead, Hazel.
All right. Why don't we do one more each and then
that sounds good. Let's do that.
So, all right. We'll hit this one up. I'm going to save that one for Chris.
Okay.
So, Gator. Question from Uncle Scumdeath.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry there. Question for the show. Did anyone else lose a gift for their partner? I bought her some sexy knee-high socks and cannot find them.
Lee, you crack me up, dude.
Yes.
I have done that before. I buy all my gifts for my wife, usually through Amazon online, and I'll just pile them up in my closet. And they'll be after Christmas. I'm like, honey, I'm sorry. I forgot to wrap this. Merry Christmas. And it's like a smaller thing that got behind the cracks or something in the closet. And I've done it before. I have. And my wife did it to me this year. She gave me it was a special kind of charger for my Apple Watch. It kind of makes it stand up on it. And she goes, I just found this and I didn't wrap it. Sorry. Here. Merry Christmas. So she did it to me. So we're even. What about you?
That's awesome. I mean, I guess, sure. Yeah. I mean, of course it happened to me. But one funny story though is that I was when I was growing up, I always, like every kid, looking for the gifts in the closet. And I found one. I found this game that I'd been wanting to play forever. And I was like, sweet. So I was all super excited for Christmas. It was like right around the corner. And I'm like, all right, here goes. And open up all my gifts. The game's nowhere to be found.
Oh, no.
My parents forgot where it was and forgot to give it to me. So I waited until maybe the next day or something like that. And then I was just like, all right, I'm going to go get that gift. So I got the game and my parents were like, oh yeah, I forgot we got that for you. When did you open that? And I was just like, oh yeah, it was like the first one that I opened. Don't you remember? So.
Jeez.
All right, sir.
Yeah, I'm trying to close it out here. I'm trying to find one that's maybe a holiday one that. Okay, let's go with this one. This is from the Laz.
Ooh.
Hope you're doing well, Laz. Question for the show. Not sure if y'all have discussed this already, and I think I know Hazel's opinion already, but should Bungie assist us on community challenges like they just did for the Dawning? Or should they just let us fail challenges and address the failure after the fact? Interesting to hear Gator's view, or whoever is guesting at this time. That would be Gator and Hazel. Well, he did say he thinks he knows your opinion. Is he going to be right, Hazel?
I'm pretty sure. I was pretty vocal in the Guardian Hub Discord about it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he knows my opinion. And if you'd like, I can share my opinion.
Definitely. Let's hear it.
Yeah. I think it's utter and complete bullshit that they help out. I think, again, Bungie not having enough balls to let us fail something.
Yeah, that refers back to your point about when we're talking to Destiny. The only thing I have a problem with, I do feel a little dirty when they help us out with stuff. I'm like, okay, then I don't feel like I earned it, you know?
Well, yeah.
Maybe they set the expectations too high. There's a lot of stuff we don't know about here. You know, 1 billion cheer. I mean, come on. Did they test it and make sure did they estimate the number of players on every day if we were able to do that? And then they of course tripled it once they realized we weren't going to hit it. The problem is if they don't help us, then that means they got to create some kind of event for whatever comes from it. This,
Why?
Well, I mean, if it was something crucial like an exotic or something, they would have to create.
Why?
Okay, I get your point. I would say if it's like something, I think they should have let us fail. I think that would have punched everybody in the gut. On this particular event, I said let them fail, and people not know what they were going to get. Then maybe they'll contribute next time, But I think
exactly.
I think the problem is a lot of people were doing stuff like me. I was doing stuff with family, and I wasn't gaming a whole lot this season. I mean, I played heavily during the first week of the Dawning, but after that, I kind of fell off a little bit. And let's face it, the Dawning really isn't much different than it was last year. So, yeah, this community challenge, let it ride. But if it's something if it's something like a seasonal exotic, I know Hazel doesn't agree with me here, but if it was slated to get released and people put the time in to create this gun or weapon or armor piece, then I say make it easier for us to get it. If it's part of the timeline,
no,
I'm just saying.
Oh man, hell no.
Oh, I guess that's how we're going to close out our questions then. We'll just agree to disagree. Well, hey, thanks everybody for posting those questions. We love it when you guys do it.
Yes, thank you guys.
We have a few we saved for next week when Chris 3711 joins us. So I'm curious to see what he does say on some of these. Thank you all very much. Like I said, if we didn't answer yours this week, we're probably saving it for next week. So hang in there.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we'll be right back. Hey gang, just a quick reminder. We now have a Destiny 2 clan, and Hazel and I invite you to be a part of it.
If you're looking to find a clan, now would be a great time to jump in and get to know some of these people that you've heard on the show. And we're not hardcore, so you don't have to worry about, us slave driving you to do raids and shit like that. Enjoying your time is basically all that we ask.
So, if you're looking for a clan out there, we have a permanent link in our Discord under our channel GDC Destiny 2 Clan, where you can find a link. Otherwise, look for Guardian Downcast or DOWN is our call sign.
We do ask that you join our Discord first, so that way we can communicate clan nights and things along those lines. And aside from that, you can lurk all you like.
Thanks very much, gang. Hazel, I effed up, man. When we were talking to Fluffy last year, technically, I said that we'd have another, top list, top 10, top whatever list. And I feel we got to at least produce a list, right? Something like that. So I got thinking about it, though. I said, yes. What if we made a list for, say, new music that we've learned about this year? We're always adding songs to our playlist every week. There's got to be maybe top 5 music artists that we found out about this year because of what we do with our playlist. What do you think?
Like that. It's a good concept.
Okay, good. We'll go with it then. All right, well, hell, I'll start out.
Sure, since you sprung this on me, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, man. You can do some Googling real quick. Okay, so we're going to go with top 5 discovered music of 2020, right?
Yes, sir.
I would say this year, if you were to sum up my music taste this year, it's been about progressive metal, so to speak. This first, I guess my number 5 pick would be Devin Townsend, or the Devin Townsend Project. Shout out to Agent H here, because he's the one that introduced me to this group. And everything he puts out, I love. We've got 3 songs that I've already added to their playlist throughout the year. One is Deadhead, which was the live version, which is the best. Mountaintop, which was I guess it was a duet with Che Duval, I believe was her name. And then Lady Helen was more of he does a lot of world music, like the opposite of rock and metal. And Lady Helen was one of the world type songs. It was rock, it was still rock, but it was more, what's the word? Thematic. Just big music. That's what he does. He does things big. It's like a wall of sound coming at you, and I just love it. So that's my number 5. Hazel, you figured out a number 5 yet?
Yeah, I do. So I am going to go with a song that was added to our playlist that kind of struck me as like, wow, that's a really good song. And it's actually made its way onto like some of my other mixes, my personal mixes.
Okay.
And, but it's actually Lateralis from Tool, because quite frankly, I never listened to Tool before our playlist.
That's a great song. It's long, but it's a great song.
It is. But I mean, you were talking about thematic, and I mean, I've really started diving into Tool's, all their music, just because I always thought it was like, I know I said it before, but I always compared them to Gwar in my head as to who they are, where they're just like screaming and that kind of thing. And
not at all.
And that was it,
yeah.
But not at all. And I was just like, holy shit, I've been missing out on this my entire life. And I've basically been diving in and listening to Tool. So thank you guys.
Good deal. Okay. Drum roll, please. Number 4. Hawken. A lot of these bands I'm picking tonight, you probably notice, are progressive metal. And a lot of these bands are from Britain. They're from the UK. And this group is also from there. And it reminds me of a modern day Yes. I've got some Yes songs from long ago that are in our playlist as well. But the song I put in there was Cockroach King. And if you haven't heard this song yet, it's a trip. It's a longer song too, but it is very instrumental. A lot of sound, a lot of different kinds of sound. There's bridges. There's all kinds of great things in this song that just make you want more. And I still play this song today. Very good song. And it's Hawken, and Cockroach King was a song. Okay, number 4, Hazel.
All right. So, I guess kind of keeping up with like the rock theme here. Because I mean, again, there was just like certain things that I've just never really, I never thought were up my alley until I pretty much we started doing this playlist, and then it's just been on shuffle, and then poof, all of a sudden I hear something and it just perks my ears up, and I just immediately dive into it. And, I'm going to need your help here, Gator.
Okay.
Because the song is called Empty Walls by Serge Tankian.
Yeah.
What band is he with again?
Oh God, don't you start with me, Ian.
Yeah. Anyway, but yes. So yes, this is just,
I mean, I've been told. Oh, damn.
Yeah. I mean, it's, again, just definitely, I mean, I'm just speechless, because I never thought that was like up my alley. And now I'm listening to everything from him and from his band. So
yeah, if you guys don't understand that joke, you go a few episodes back, and you'll get the reference. But
yeah.
Anyway, good callback.
System of a Down, for the record.
Oh, I was going to say that, but I was going along with the joke because I did mess up the first time.
Yes.
Damn, you got me. Good callback. All right. Number 3. I'm staying on that progressive metal train still, and this is Porcupine Tree. I have one song in there. I wanted to add so many. I didn't want to play favorites, though. Start of Something Beautiful is a song I added to our playlist this year. I should say 2020. I could have added so many more songs. This is one of those groups you get into their albums and you can just listen to all of them back to back. They're that good. So check them out. It's Porcupine Tree. Start of Something Beautiful is the song that is in our playlist, but just Google that group. Fantastic group. Fantastic group. Number 3 for you, Hazel.
Nice. Number 3 for me is What's Poppin' by Jack Harlow. Oh, man. He did a remix with this with like a bunch of other rappers, and it's just fantastic to listen to. And to know that he grew up in Louisville is just kind of like an added bonus. So he's close by, he talks about the Cardinals, and it's just really fun. So
that's cool. That's cool. I like that. Get a little diversity there, but not for me. I'm still going progressive metal.
Let me hide my surprise.
This is actually a branch off project of Porcupine Tree called The Pineapple Thief. And In Exile is a song that I put on. But like I said, once you get into their music, you could just want to add a bunch of other songs. And I use Restraint. Only one song, but it's very like sounding of Porcupine Tree, and very, very good group too. Got to listen to them. So that's my number 2. What about you, Hazel?
All right. My number 2 is Grandson. I added a song of his because I was familiar with him from probably like 2018, but then I just he didn't really do anything really since then. So then he's like started coming out with a lot of stuff in 2020 and late 2019. And ever since like his 2020 stuff, I've just been diving into. He's just got a really kind of like a hard edge to his music, and it's rap, but it's just, it's really like modern and really like current day. Like he talks about it's no big surprise. He's liberal, and he says, hey, we won. Now what? And now he has a song about that where he's like, basically like, it's not about winning. It's about what you do with it now that you got it.
You know what's funny? Grandson is one artist that 3 different people have added a Grandson song in our playlist. One was me. You added one, and then one of our guests added one. I don't remember who, but I looked in our playlist today, and we have 3 Grandson songs in our playlist, and from 3 different people. You would think, someone who likes Grandson, they're going to keep adding it every week or every month or something, but 3 separate people like this group or like this artist. So that's saying something.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good stuff out there, and it's just, it's just fun to listen to.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I like his music too. It's a little emo, but I for some reason I'm really into emo now. I don't know why. I never was when in the 80s when emo was a thing, but it's cool music, man. It sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Number 1. Mine is Missio. I know.
No way.
I know. Technically, I knew about them in 2019, but they have put out so much music in 2020. They have been cranking out the music and albums that I had to put them as my number 1 because it's all I listen to, it seems. I have Missio radio. I've got a Missio, This is Missio playlist. I play in the car. My wife's probably getting tired of hearing it, but I love this group. It's kind of a mix of hip hop and I guess, what would you say, Hazel? Progressive? Like alt rock, maybe? Alt rock?
Probably alt rock. Yeah.
I can't put my finger on it because it's so cool in music. And we have 3 songs in this playlist. We have Bottom of the Deep Blue Sea, which was the very first Missio song I put in long time ago. We have Wolves. And I actually added Hoodie Up to the Potato Thumbs podcast playlist. That's how, I wanted them to introduce them to Missio. And my wife actually added a song called I Don't Give an F. It's a great song too. So yeah, we have 3 Missio songs, and there'll probably be a 4th sometime this year. I'm sure of it. They'll have some cool album that comes out, and that'll be that. So number 1, Mr. Hazelnut.
Well, real quick, I do have to give you some credit because Missio, while I give you a lot of shit for adding them, month after month, but no, that they do actually have some good music that's right up my alley too. And I just sit back and I'm just like, I know exactly why Gator added this.
I just love their music. It's his vocal is so beautiful, and his partner that does all the syntho music. He's an artist, man. He's fantastic with whatever machine he uses to create all those sounds. And I was into electronic in the late 90s. I was into Dead Mouse. I was into that kind of music when it first became a hit. And, I remember seeing Dave Grohl jam with him on one of the Grammy shows one year. I was like, fuck yeah, man. It was really good music. And now, electronic music has kind of gone by the wayside. It's not as popular as it used to be, but this gets me very close to that kind of music, and that's why I love it.
Nice.
All right.
So my number one was, I had like a 4-way tie for number one. Well, not really number one.
I have some honorable mentions too. Keep that in mind.
Okay. All right. So, for me, like I took this right from my Spotify because they said that this was like my number 3 song besides like
on your
all the songs. I'm like, what?
You're Wrapped, right? Your Spotify Wrapped for the year? Wrapped?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about that because I share it with my daughter. So we're going to leave it at that.
Okay. No Pokemon. All right.
No. It's not even Pokemon. It's JoJo Siwa.
Oh, God. Yes.
Yeah. And then honestly, my honorable mentions are actually my daughter's because it's stuff that's grown on me. But the one that's mine is actually Corpse. He's a rapper with an extremely deep voice, and he only has their songs are only like 2 minutes long, but they've got some good beats. They've got some good lyrics. It's just, something good you can just listen to and you just kind of put a smile on your face and you're just like, all right, some songs will get you like pumped up, like ready to fight, and, to a workout, whatever it is.
I don't remember seeing this in our playlist.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep it at that. Okay. Honorable mentions, right? We always got to have an honorable mention because we can't always get everything into 5, right? I've got a few. I'll just sound them off. Editors. I've got 2 of their songs in our playlist. Bad Flower, Lithium. I've got that song in our playlist. The Lumineers, Salt in the Sea, great song. And White Lies, I've got 3 of their songs that I've put in this playlist. I know it should have been in the list, but White Lies reminds me of an 80s band that's progressed into the new age, and I love their music too. Those are mine. What do you got, Hazel?
Nice. So for my daughter, Louis Capaldi, he's a kind of like a pop singer kind of thing. Then Ariana Grande, Blackpink, all from the beloved Just Dance 2020. And aside from that, I'd have to go with I Don't Know How They Found Me. And the song is New Invention. It's like an 80s song. It's got the synth in it. And it's just so good. So good. Takes me back.
You're listening to Ariana Grande.
Maybe 7 rings here and there. And then lastly is Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh, okay. I'll have to hear that one. Hopefully we'll add that one later. Good list, man. Well, I told everybody I'd have a list, so there's our list. Take it or leave it, guys. I'd probably say leave it, but anyway. Okay. Well,
needs more Missio.
Yeah, needs more Missio. So speaking of songs, it's 2021 now, right? So that means, as a final part of our show, we're going to add our 2 songs each to our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist. A little sample of what me and Hazel like to listen to. And we invite you to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify. And we do have the same thing on iTunes. All the links are in our Discord. We actually have a separate channel for them. And I do post links to our playlist in our show notes every week when you listen to our podcast. We now have 511 songs, 36 hours and 31 minutes of beautiful music representing all of us and all of our past guests over year. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, you can tell it's getting late. I get real groggy. I usually do post some videos of our music picks as well, so look for that in our music and TV channel in our Discord if you want to find out more about them or maybe watch a video of what we picked. So, Hazel, what do you got for tonight, man?
All right, so my first song is Can't Stop Me Now by Oh the Larceny. This is a nice little pumped up song that you can listen to, get you ready for a run, a bike ride, whatever it is you're doing, it kind of gets you like in that little spot, like right below your stomach when you're just like, all right, I got this, let's go.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. And then another song is a song that I always thought was overplayed until I actually listened to the lyrics. And now it actually means something to me because I've actually listened to it because it is actually really, really overplayed. But yeah, it's Jerk It Out by Caesars.
Oh, can't wait to listen to that. All right.
Oh, cool. You'll know it. Trust me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Good picks. Good start to 2021. All right. For my first pick, I just saw the latest. I've been on a documentary kick lately, and HBO has a ton of them. So I watched one of their latest ones from 2020. It's on HBO Max about this group originally from Isle of Man, but eventually lived in London, then America, formed in 1958 as a teenage band, and they became a hit in the UK and then America. There's only one member of this trio of brothers alive today, and I'm so sad as this group's music was so inspiring when I was a kid. They are known ironically as the Kings of Disco, but always describes themselves as an R&B group, not a disco group. Yes, I know you guys are already thinking it's the Bee Gees. And the voice I miss the most of these three brothers is that beautiful tenor voice from the middle brother, Robin Gibb. So the song I chose tonight is from their 1968 album, Ideas, and the song is I Started a Joke. Yes, kids, it is old, but if you haven't heard the ripple effect this music has had on so many artists today, you'll get it. You will. So check them out. For my number 2 pick, I went more new school on this one. This band formed in 2001 in Nottingham, Norway. Hope I said that right. It gives me a feeling of syntho and metal. Big surprise, right? They are considered a progressive metal band today. Even though they formed in 2001, putting out demos, they really didn't get an album out until 2009. And my song is off their latest and 6th studio album, Pitfalls. It's the group Leprous with their song At the Bottom. It's a very good song, very dynamic. You just got to listen to it. And it's hard to explain these songs because they are emotional songs. I mean, they really get you fired up or get you a little maudlin, however way you want to listen to it. Mrs. Gator did not give me a song this week, so no song for Mrs. Gator. She slacked. She's thinking about school already. She's already thinking, and I of course have to remind her, so she forgot. I didn't remind her. It's been a little off week, okay? A little different. Zan did give me a pick though.
Yay!
He said this a few weeks ago because his other song by Queen, We Are the Champions, was last week, and he gave me the choice between the two. So this is the other one he picked. It's from Cake, short skirt, long jacket, and yeah, it's a good song. I love Cake, great music. I think RNG Gator put a Cake song in, Going the Distance. I think, yeah,
yep,
both good songs. He says I might not get to see my girlfriend for 2 weeks, and this song makes me think of her. So there you go. And hopefully you did get to see her. This was in the past. He was afraid he had COVID, and I think he said he was negative. Oof. It's good news.
Good.
Dude, I think we're done. I think we
yay.
Got
not really yay, but
we got, we're at the end. This is the great time of where we, say how I'm looking so forward to 2021 and what's to come. We already have a lot of guests lined up for the future, and I'm really excited, dude. I don't know what to say. It's been a lot of fun, man. I love doing these.
It has been.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun doing these every week, and I feel really weird because we took a week off. First week ever we've taken off, and it was just really weird to come back tonight, and I felt a little out of kilter a little bit. So for our listeners out there, remember we do have 76 other episodes, 75 other episodes. I can't keep track. 75 other. Yeah. Math's hard. 75 other episodes out there that you guys can listen to. We have interviews from gamers all over our community. So take a look at those, especially if you're just, finding out about us tonight or this week. And if you like what you're listening to, do us a big favor. Spread the word out there. Hit that share button on your podcast app of choice. Leave us a review on iTunes. That'd be great. We'll always like reading those nice comments. We just appreciate everyone every week. And, what you guys and gals out there do for us is just amazing. And
it is.
I just feel very special to be able to do this every week. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So
I can't thank you guys enough.
Ditto to that. Yeah. Well, Hazel, I guess it comes to that part of the night. Where can everyone contact you? What's your deets?
Right. So it's pretty complicated. It's new for this year. It's Hazel NT.
Okay. You got me, man. Yeah, it's great branding. I wish it was that easy for me.
Gatter. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Gatter. Yeah, I'm Gatter. You can find me on the Twitter at Todd the Gator. Remember, that's GATR. You can also find me on YouTube, Steam, and PS4. Gator, all caps, GATR, underscores in between, and GATR space GDC on Xbox. And just a reminder, our audio podcast now post to the YouTube channel. So it is my Gator YouTube channel because we have everything already going to there. And not to mention we have followers there that like to listen to stuff. And it's just another thing we've added to the YouTube channel. It's just a static image. There's nothing to see other. If you're just on your computer and you want to hear our podcast and don't feel like putting the earbuds in, you just want to hear it on wherever you're at, then you got YouTube to play it off of now. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes with that. You can find us, our podcast, on whatever podcatcher you have out there, or just look us up, guardiandowncast.com. Anywhere and everywhere, right? We have all our details on there, all our Twitter accounts, anything, any way you need to reach us is on that website. And we also have our episodes with a player built in where you can actually play any episodes in any order you want. So guardiandowncast.com. That's all you got to worry about. But one thing is not on there yet, sorry Hazel, is our Instagram account. We're kind of new to this and we're trying to build it. And it is guardian_down_cast on Instagram if you want to follow us. And what we try to do is we try to post some interesting pics of our guests every week. And I don't know, maybe we'll put some of us this week, I guess, Hazel?
Yeah, maybe we'll do some. I know that some people put some Christmassy type pics out there, so maybe I'll share some of those and that kind of thing.
Maybe I'll do something like that. Yeah, I'll send it to you. Good deal. Well, we can't leave, of course. We can't leave tonight without our very first Scumdesk Corner of 2021.
Hello, and welcome to Scumdesk Corner. It's New Year's Eve, and it's the last Scumdesk Corner of 2020. And today, I have a very special guest with me. It's my bro, Brett. Hello, dude. How's it going, man?
Oh, hello, Brother Lee. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Thank you very much, sir.
Right, well, I would just like to say,
well,
a Happy New Year and a Merry Christmas to everybody out there.
oh, definitely, mate. Definitely. But we're just going to say our best and worst things about the shit year that was 2020. So, bro, what was the worst part of 2020 for you, sir?
Well, 2020 was pretty bad. I mean, come
lockdown,
on. It was bad, bro, wasn't it? It was bad.
It sucked for us.
But, at the end of the day, I had to go to work. Grafting, putting a shift in, and there's people at home, can't work. All right, they're getting paid, but I had to work. Not very happy.
Yeah. They were at home, nice and warm in the comfort of their homes, and we were out there grafting it, man.
We were keeping Britain going.
Yeah, keeping Britain going. That's exactly, man. So, but what was your best bit of 2020?
Well, the best bit of 2020 was my actual Christmas dinner. Well, instead of the usual English roast, I had a couple of American pizzas. Yeah, mate.
Tell you what, the Yankees will fucking love that, mate.
Yes, mate. I tell you what, we had little nibbles. Everybody was happy.
Oh, you're right, mate.
Yes, mate. Yeah.
Tell you what, well, that leads into what I'm going to say. Because my worst part of fucking Christmas was fucking burning the Christmas dinner. It was down to me. The missus was working. The food was cold.
If you had pizza, you'd be all right.
Yeah. I bet your pizza wasn't cold and dry, was it?
No.
Yeah, well, the Christmas dinner was cold, dry. Everyone was really kind and said it was lovely, but they're just fucking lying. But for me, the best part of 2020 for me is my brother finally getting a PS4 and buying PGA Golf. So finally, after all these years, we can finally play online. We found a game we can actually do. This guy ain't never going to play Destiny, boys, so don't worry about that. So
PS4 Virgin.
Oh, yeah. PGA Golf, that'll do it for him. But it's been a crap year, so let's hope for a better year in 2021. Happy New Year, everyone. And remember that Uncle Scumdeath loves you all.
Happy New Year!
And so does Uncle Brett. Love you all, motherfuckers. Goodbye.
Man. Classically. And his new friend Brett. I didn't know about this guy. That isn't Mashamak, is it? No.
No, it's not.
That's another friend of his. Okay, cool. Good to know. Well, thanks, Uncle Scumdeath. I'm glad you're doing well, brother. And you're going to have to tell me what grafting is. I know what it is in the plant world. I hope you weren't grafting in the wintertime there. But anyway. Hazel, didn't you have something you wanted to mention before we left?
Oh, yeah. So, forgot real quick here. It's Iron Banner next week. So just be aware and, hit that power.
I was just thinking that. I said, we haven't seen Iron Banner in a while. That's pretty cool. That'll give me something to do in the Crucible next week. That's awesome.
Yeah,
you must have just
something to do.
Yeah, breaking news, guys. Breaking news. Well, good deal, guys. Continue to be safe out there, everybody. Take care of one another.
Best your opponents and survive. Victory is a matter of will.
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Bottles.
But just fucking idiot neighbors behind me. They have the biggest ass mortars I've ever heard, dude. They shook my windows last night.
Jesus.
And now it just stopped as I pushed record. It just stopped. I was like, I had my sound screen on, my window covering, everything, trying to keep it out. There's no way. There's no way that sounds good. I just hope they don't shoot another one. If they do, you'll hear it. Believe me.
Sorry, I was moving my hands and
did you knock a drink over
my mic? No, I unplugged my mic because I was like moving my hands.
Now that I'm clipping. Sorry, it's not Destiny.
It's not Destiny.